Test, 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 test. Good morning, y'all. Good morning, good morning. How are we doing? We are doing political debates. If you are a Trump supporter, if you are MAGA, hop in the box. If you're conservative, I'll talk to you. How's it going, y'all? Tap the screen. Let's send this out to people. We are doing another early morning stream of political debates. Trump, 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 Kamala, democracy, republic, Democrats, Republicans, orange makeup. I should debate Cameron Higby. Sure. Sure, sure, sure. Mm. Welcome, y'all. We have 70 people in here. Tap the screen. We're still under 1,000 likes. Do me a favor and fill up the bar. Fill up the bar once or twice. This will send it out to more people. We'll get debates sooner. Let's get her done, chat. What happened in 1979? They overthrew the Shah in Iran. I've requested for 5 minutes. Ah, here we go. Let me pull up my guest window. Hello, is this a Trump supporter?
I support conservatives. I mean, Trump does suck, but your party sucks harder.
Okay, why do you enjoy conservative policy?
I said support. I don't enjoy politics. I support politics, but I would say probably because a lot of the things the left does is rooted in delusion. I'd say the fact that they've increased the transgender rate from 1 million in 2020 to 3 million in 2026. The fact that they've got 2 states allowing minors under the age of 16 to get gender reassignment surgery, Maine and California, without parental consent.
Got it.
Um, the
Okay,
fact that there's
let's go
45
over the
cases,
ones that you've gone over so far.
there's
So, I would say uh there are no leftist politicians pushing for any sort of trans ideology or for more people to be trans. I would say this is simply just a matter of people finding less taboo around it. I would say that the whole world agrees the same way we agree about the science surrounding trans people and gender affirming care. We have proven to reduce the suicidality rate of people. Well, m- I I don't know. Do you contest that?
Yeah, I do. I What proof is there that you reduce the suicide rate by allowing people to have these cosmetic surgeries? I mean, that's insane. A
So
little
this
bit.
it's the same way that say like a kid in eighth grade. We'll say there's a male in eighth grade, and for some reason he has gynecomastia. You know what that is?
Go ahead, explain it to me.
It's where you have higher estrogen levels and hormonal imbalance, and you basically grow big boobs. And it's not something you can get rid of by working out. It's not something that you can do simply by changing your diet. It's simply something that you have to use surgery to remove. And
All right.
would
And
you?
can I
Would
respond to that?
sure.
So 2% of the transgender community has those intersex qualities. So there's plenty of different, intersex things that can come into play with a lot of people, but only 2% of the transgender community has intersex qualities. So that's not
That's not what
has
I'm
nothing to
talking
do with
about.
it.
I think what you just said has nothing to do with it. I'm talking about
Really? Really, because you're saying that all people that have that condition are gonna have gender dysphoria and want to be trans.
no, not trans. No.
So what does
Uh,
that have to do with this conversation?
let me finish it. Do you agree that a child experiencing gynecomastia would have social pressures, maybe get made fun of for that?
Sure. Yeah,
Do
bullying.
do, do you think bullying leads to suicide?
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay, so you agree that something like a double mastectomy or whatever the surgery would be called would possibly be a net benefit to that child.
Yes. But is that labeled gender reassignment surgery,
No,
sir?
that's gender affirming care.
Okay. Gender reassignment surgery is different than that.
Okay, I don't think
So what
anybody's
happened?
I don't think
Now,
anybody's
can I
push
explain
there's no
something
widespread
else?
there's no widespread push for gender reassignment surgery by anybody unless you can name somebody.
Oh,
I would love
wow.
to hear
Yeah, basically all of California. But
all of California. Can you name
California is
one
more dense
can you
with
name one
trans women than
politician?
wow. California is more dense with trans women than Thailand is actually if you knew that. But
Cool.
can I just say one thing is that there was a case about this in Europe. A trans woman, she went to a gynecologist and the gynecologist refused service. The trans woman went to the court and the court deemed that the gynecologist cannot work on her because she does not have a vagina. She has a open cavity wound.
Mhm.
A open cavity wound, which is the result of the gender reassignment surgery, will never be a vagina. And it's not, you cannot physically transition your body to a woman. It's impossible.
I don't think
It's
any
impossible.
I don't think any of us really care about that one incident. I don't think that really speaks to the whole trans community. I don't think that
It
speaks
does.
to I don't think it speaks to the general consensus of science and medicine. We have all of the science and medicine, and we have the medical studies. I'll find it for you right now that show that gender affirming care does reduce suicidality, just like you acknowledged would happen in that child.
Please show me your source.
Yeah.
I have a couple. Like the Public Health Institute, it says that men are 460 times more likely to transition than females. And I wonder why. It's because men are getting away with pedophilia. They get to go in women's spaces, they get to go in women's DV shelters.
I would
Like
like
they
to
get to go
hear.
in women's locker rooms. Look up Tish Hyman. She was assaulted twice in the women's locker room, and they ended up kicking her out. And because she went out and she said, "Hey, a man just freaking assaulted me," and guess who it was? A trans woman. And they said, "Wow, you're transphobic," and they kicked her out.
All
And
right.
now she has
These are outliers. These are outlier incidents.
not really.
You don't have a
This has
case to
happened to
make.
me.
You don't have a case to make that this
This
is a
has happened to
trend.
me.
And I'm
It
sorry
is
that's
a
happened.
trend. There's
I'm
45 cases of rape and assault in the women's prison from a trans woman in the United States. There's four of
okay.
them that resulted in unwanted pregnancy.
All right.
That's disgusting.
Here's your study that shows that gender affirming care works. Okay.
PubMed,
Mental and health outcomes in transgender. Where else do you looked in PubMed? No.
publichealthinstitute.org. It's a government source.
Non-binary youths receiving gender affirming care. So this shows that the outcome it's reduced by 60%, I believe, or 70%. Uh, I'm sorry, but this is happening to you, but this is the case. And what you're doing is you're running interference for people that are taking or receiving life-saving care.
That's not life saving. Life saving care would be my boyfriend crashed the car going 100 miles an hour, and I have a severe concussion and I'm bleeding from my brain. And I went to the hospital and they saved my ass. That's life saving care. Life saving care is not. That's a want. To change your body, that's a want. To get lip filler, that's a want. To get implants, that's a want. To get a BBL, that's a want. So to change your genitals, that's a want. That's not a need. It's not life
I
saving
think that
care.
the rate at which people change the nature of their genitals is very rare. It's very rare, and no politician. Can you name one politician that's pushing for this? By the way,
Yeah, all liberal politicians, they
can
want
you just
transgender
name one?
activism.
Just name one.
What's his name? Kavanaugh? Well, I don't. What?
Kavanaugh's a
No, what the
justice
fuck?
on the Supreme Court. He's
I'm sorry.
conservative.
I don't follow. I don't like to watch liberals. I really don't like to watch liberals. Well, the fucking guy that gave
Let me make my
reparations.
point.
What's his name?
Let me make my
Gavin
point.
Newsom.
Gavin
Gavin
Newsom.
Newsom.
Okay, and
Perfect.
Gavin Newsom is out there saying what?
Well, actually, there's a girl named Tish Hyman who just changed Gavin Newsom's opinion. She went to go speak to him. So Gavin Newsom's not on the trans side anymore. But he
Okay.
was advocating for trans rights, even though trans people already have rights. It's
Okay.
confusing to me. How are you going to advocate for rights that they already have?
Okay. So there's multiple states, including Tennessee, that I think the ultimate goal is to keep trans people out of public spaces. Do you think that's okay?
I mean, yeah, but I mean, when you a lot of people that identify as trans on here, and I get into these discussions, they say they agree they shouldn't be going into the women's spaces, but they want a third space. And to me, who the fuck is funding that third space when we don't even have funding for women's healthcare in the first place? Who the
Okay.
fuck is funding that?
Right.
Like
So this is
they're arguing they want a third prison as well. Like
I
who
want to
the fuck
posit
is
something
funding
to you.
that?
I want to posit something to you. This is completely a manufactured social wedge on the right. Completely. None of us on the left have been pushing for more and more trans people, for more people to consider the fact that they might be trans. I think that we are advocates of general science and medicine. And I think that the right is using this as a knee jerk issue or a hot button issue for you to react to. None of us are going out
If it
there
was
trying to make everyone trans.
Sir, but if it wasn't a growing population, you could argue it wasn't an issue, but it went up times 300. We went from 1 million in 2020 to 3 million in
I I think it's
2026.
just the advent of science and medicine.
No, I think it's the advent of accepting delusion.
I
Um,
would like to speak on this delusion. Okay, do you respect the freedom of religion?
yes, obviously, I respect the freedom of everything,
Do you
but you
do
don't
you
have
are you
freedom
Christian?
to be, you don't have freedom to grape women in the women's prison and
Got
get
it.
away with
Got
it.
it. Do you are you Christian?
I am not Christian.
Are you Muslim?
I'm a spiritual being. I don't fully invest myself in any religion, but I do take away from religion. I do.
Got it. So, do you have any qualms with like people who believe that like they can do telepathy and speak to God?
I don't know. If I see it, I'll believe it. That's the type of person I am.
Okay, but you don't have a problem with them going around practicing things and believing in talking snakes and the world's
Is it
6,000
if
years
it's
old?
not harming other people, why would I?
I would make the case that it is harming other people. Plus, we do have a very high rate of sexual abuse in the church.
Okay. So if you want to talk about a separate topic that's harming other people that you
I
think
just
I
want
would
to point
disagree
out the
with,
hypocrisy. I want to point out the hypocrisy because your whole side, just about, is religious, and they do accept these things as truths. Things such as the Earth being flat.
my
Things
whole
such
side
as
is religious.
just about, yeah,
My
majority of
all
it.
of conservatives are
I would
religious.
say 98%. Yeah,
Can you look that up? Can
sure.
you like
What percent would be not that big of a deal?
I mean, I don't know. I just don't want to take hearsay and you making up numbers in
Okay,
your head.
let's just say it's 50%. Would you accept that?
I would like you to look it up if you're gonna
Sure,
make numbers.
sure. Conservatives
Yeah, my computer too, I
are
guess.
religious in North America.
All of
82%.
82%. Okay, so not all of conservatives are
But a
religious.
lot of them. A lot of them. A lot of them. And they believe in things that are complete fairy tales, in my opinion. Right? and they grape kids at a much higher rate than trans people. If that's your biggest issue,
Wow. Okay, let's look that up.
yeah, I got you.
Conservatives
12% of all
versus
child rape cases in the
liberal.
last year that have made the news, 12% are all religious. 60% are conservative.
Hold on, please, sir. Wow. Conservatives are more likely to adopt grape myths such as doubting a victim's story or questioning the severity of the act.
Ooh.
Liberals are more likely to believe victims and prioritize rights of the individual. Okay, so
Ooh.
basically conservatives believe in going to court and being proven guilty. That's
Now,
what I just got from that.
I don't know about that. I think that you guys just doubt them.
It just says right here to believe the victim.
You just
So
said it
right,
yourself. But
you just believe everyone that says
here's
they've
the
been
stats.
assaulted?
Yes, believe all women. Until proven
What about men?
otherwise. Uh, I would say that what is it? 97% of all rape is done by men.
Okay, but you don't think men can be victims as well?
I
You're
am
gonna
a
believe
victim
all
of
men
rape.
or no?
I am a victim of rape. Usually, it's by another man, though, right?
That's a crazy take. I mean, like if you're gonna believe all victims, I mean, you have to include men, right?
And
That's
I
the other
do. I do.
gender.
I believe people until proven otherwise. But here's the stats. Republicans 67% are the people that made the news and their political affiliation was Republican. 12% religious. 35% is it's usually a friend or a neighbor. And I would say that conservative policy and religious ideology is what enables this because when we talk about things like
What
sex
policy
education,
enables grape?
okay, so when we talk about sex education, I believe that conservatives fetishize the entire idea of sex, and they do not teach children sex education. And
Wait, hold on. Because conservatives, if you're gonna argue from a religious standpoint, you're gonna say that most conservatives are Christian. Then you have to go by what the Bible freaking says, which says wait till marriage. So I'm just a little bit confused. Who's the more sexual party? Please let me know
again,
who
the
advocates for
the
legal
Bible
sex work.
the Bible Belt is the capital of child pregnancy.
Ugh, gross. I'm sorry, but like where like proof for that too, source for that.
I got you. There's a whole map for it. Uh, teen pregnancy. There you go. See the black? That's y'all.
I'm from Rhode Island, but what were you going to say?
That's where conservatives. That's where conservatives are. That's the heat map for conservatives, and it's also the heat map for teen pregnancy. The problems that you are fighting are less than 0.01% of all rape cases. And if you want to actually go to the source and be more effective, you would be against this.
Mm-hmm. Well, I do think that those states do offer better benefits for young married couples as well.
They're the
Something that the
capital
North
of
doesn't
divorce
really
as well.
offer. Okay, well, women didn't even get the right to divorce till the 1970s, so I don't
Hmm.
really want to hear about
And there's
divorce
still
statistic.
multiple red states that don't allow for no fault divorce, which entraps women into marriage.
What state? No fault divorce?
Yeah. So most of them are blue states. In fact, all of them are. California, Colorado, Hawaii, Indiana, Iowa's red, Kansas is red, Kentucky's
It
red,
says
Michigan is
all
blue.
50, it says all 50 states of, well, there's 52 states now. United States of the District of Columbia. So
Those
what
aren't
are the two states
states.
that don't allow it?
17 states are considered true no fault divorce, where it is the only option. It's available everywhere, but there are limitations.
Okay, well, again, like I have the freedom of my own opinion. I think divorce is dead a long time ago, just like, Christianity kind of died a long time ago. I don't have to subscribe to those things to be conservative.
But you
Um,
are fighting for the prominence of those religions in the United States. Trump, in fact, is a Christian nationalist, and so is his entire administration.
I don't know. I think to me, those type of things like Christianity and getting married young and having kids is a little bit more normal than telling minors they can get gender reaffirming surgery and telling people they can do OnlyFans when they turn 18. You know, like it's like I don't know, you have to pick the out of the two, and I'm telling you that your party is kind of delusional and insane.
All right. Well,
Like
I
you
would just
just
say that
completely like
I just talked to a flat earther yesterday that was in your party. All of them are in your party. 100%. It is a right leaning thing. They believe the earth is flat. They don't
but
believe
they
in
always
global.
mess with the map. If you're getting like America has the
Are you
first of
flat
all,
earther?
no, I'm not, but I understand why these people feel like that because we've been in history, in geography, we've never really been told the truth. The map was wrong for how many years? They had to fix it.
We have
You can't
satellites now.
obviously, but you can't blame these people for not trusting the government. If we're going to do that, blame the natives for not trusting the government too. That doesn't make
All
sense.
right. In
Yeah, hello.
2026, your party is so delusional they think the earth is flat still. And
And what is even the
we're over
percentage of
here
those people?
we're
That's
over
probably
here
2%
we're
of the
over here
country.
practicing medicine, a thing that even other countries do. This is not a leftist thing, it's not a liberal thing. It's exclusive to the right for you guys to fetishize it and say it's weird and gross and delusional.
It says 2% of Americans believe that. Like, who cares?
That's a
Who
lot of
cares?
people. That's millions of people. That's more
Oh
people
my
than there are
God.
trans people, right?
No, that's not.
Yes,
There's
it
more
is.
trans people than flat
You
earthers.
just said 2 million. That's not 2% of 350 million.
I said 3 million.
That's still not 2%.
You don't even know.
There's like eight times more flat
Oh my
earthers on your side. Are
God.
you over here fighting science and in medicine?
I don't know. It's like your party is still delusional. I don't know how that takes away from my party. It's
I think that you
a
guys are
little
just
weird.
I think that your opinion has been completely swayed
How
by
many?
media.
And I don't even know how you know that they're conservatives.
It's because it's a right wing thinking. So the anti government, the stuff that Trump has espoused for like the last 10 years, the government's corrupt, everybody's corrupt, they're out to get you, they're all lying. NAFTA's
There's no way.
wrong.
It says there's no way to measure that they're conservative. How
No,
do you measure
flat
that?
Earth is absolutely a right wing ideology. It's anti government.
It's every single website says there's no way to tell that.
Is flat Earth a right wing ideology?
Except for the Washington Post, which is a liberal newspaper.
Try again. Who owns the Washington Post?
Please find one that's not from the
Who
Washington
owns the
Post.
Washington Post?
Gross. Like
Okay. While not inherently and formally part of a political platform, modern flat Earth belief heavily overlaps with right wing, populist, conservative, fundamentalist ideologies, particularly in the United States.
anyway.
Yikes. So
Like
I think that
you make no sense.
you're out here fighting ghosts about people just doing science and medicine. And you're out here on the
That's
same team as flat earthers, religious zealots.
thinking that your open cavity is a vagina is not science and medicine. I'm
I'm sorry,
sorry.
that person definitely is wrong. Whatever the person you stated, that person was wrong in doing that.
The
And I don't
judge,
think that we
the
believe.
judge, the court judge
No, I'm
that
saying that
said you
the
don't have a
patient.
vagina, you have an open
No,
cavity, so
I'm
the
saying
gynecologist does not have to serve
no,
you.
I agree with you that person is wrong. Okay? That doesn't speak to all trans people. There are dudes in your party that love young children. I don't hold you accountable for that, right?
I'm like, dude, both parties have pedophilic people. Like, I
I
don't
think your party
understand.
is heavily more pedophilic than mine, right? We just showed you the stats on that.
Agree to disagree. I think they're
You
both
can't agree and
disgusting.
disagree on data. That's what I'm showing you. It's a liberal thing.
Sir, you like men in general, like you can argue that men are pedophilic and there's men on both sides. So I'm just confused. Like,
That
be
no
so for
matter what
real.
you do, trans people aren't going away. The people that will be trying to save their lives from them to not commit suicide will always be trying to do that. I'm sorry this is happening to you, but that's just what science is. We've tried everything. We've tried anti-anxiety, we've tried therapy, we've tried antidepressants, we've tried all these things. It's just the darndest thing. Gender affirming care works. It works.
It's not gender. See, like even the words to describe it, they're wrong because it's not affirming anything. It's actually changing your entire body. Like what
Mm-hmm.
you're that's and also
Mm-hmm.
when these people go to the therapist to ask for a signature to get approved for these things, they're telling them they're mentally ill and they're going to KMS if they don't get it. Is that not, why would you, if somebody's really at their lowest point, you're going to decide, okay, let's change your entire body right now and see how you feel about that?
I
That's
think you're
weird.
fetishizing it. So what
I
usually
think that the
happens?
entire movement is a fetishization.
No, I think that what we've done is we've figured out things that work, and it could be as simple as painting your nails and changing your hair and changing your name. Not everybody's just signing up to get surgeries. I think that's the icky gross thing that
Yeah,
you're
probably because they can't afford it.
okay. Again, it's not common practice for this to happen to minors with gender reassignment surgery. That is very rare. Uh,
But it does happen,
okay,
and it shouldn't.
and have you not seen the litany of child beauty pageants and stuff? The things that completely normalize the um, I guess the beautification of young children. That is something Trump himself engaged in.
All right,
I
and
just won't ever
I'm not
believe you
saying,
when you say leave the children alone. You guys all push for these children to be a certain way. And also, the right and conservatism also stops you from being able to freely express yourself. There's so much homophobia and transphobia that there are people who are trans in your party who simply just don't even see it, and they're still in your party.
homophobia is not transphobia. Sexuality is not an identity. You can change your sexuality 100 times. I could go on the street right now and I could just be myself, and no one's gonna know that I'm gay. No one's gonna know that. If I'm wearing a wig and I got oranges in my bra, and I have excessive makeup on, but I'm really big. I look big, but I have female features. Like, I don't know, that's a difference. I can
These
tell.
people,
I hear you speak, I hear your voice speak, and you're a trans woman. Oh, I can tell. I can tell.
I know, and the next person who tells me that they're gonna pray for me, I'm gonna turn around and snap at them and say, "You're fucking delusional," because that's what you're
And
doing.
I don't like that either.
You're just being.
Don't tell everyone you're gonna pray for them if you don't know
That's what
how
your
what their
party
religion.
does, dude.
I don't agree. I don't think, I've never
Your
experienced
party
that.
wants us to partake in their delusion constantly, and you're just immune to it. You're so socially
I
embedded in
mean,
it, you don't care.
but that, again, those are words, and what the trans people are doing is being physically violent.
That's
Like
not true.
45 cases of rape and assault in the women's prison. Why are we ignoring that?
Because
Like
we have 400,000 cases of grape, and if you're hyper focused on trans people, it's just
seven
transphobia.
seven trans women school pupils in the United States in the last year.
Yeah, how
Come
many
on.
of them were conservative?
How did the 1% make up that
How
much?
many of them were conservative?
Bro, it doesn't, you
It
cannot be
does matter.
conservative. Conservative people do not believe in trans women. So
Yeah.
you are not going to call yourself,
Who's Blair
that's a
White?
fucking abomination.
Who's Blair White?
Again, I don't accept Blair White, and she literally says that she's mentally ill. She's not a woman. She, like, bro, and she's the one that looks the most like a woman. She's the one. If she walked by me on the street, I would have no idea. But
This
she
was
says
also
constantly all the time, "I'm not a woman, and I'm not going in women's
this was
spaces."
one of the last trans shooters. This person's social media was
And that's,
absolutely
wow. Look
insane.
at that guy.
That is somebody with an SS tattoo. You know what that means?
I'm sorry, but that's like,
That's a
trans women will
conservative.
never be conservative.
They
That
were at
has nothing to do
CPAC.
with
This
conservatives.
person was at
That's not
CPAC.
conservative
They
ideology.
were
Conservative,
absolutely conservative. They were
bro,
absolutely hardened, far right, white supremacist conservative.
dude. I,
I'm
like,
sorry this is
again,
happening to you.
conservatives do not accept trans women ideology, so that's an
But
abomination.
it's not a matter of y'all accepting them. It's a matter of what makes them violent. And I would say that what made them violent is not the being trans. It was
Who
the
who
right
made them think they
wing.
could be trans? Who made them think
They
they could be trans?
I
The liberals or the
society.
conservatives?
The society, I don't
Oh,
know. Society.
oh, okay.
Just society
And
as a
yeah,
whole.
and there was that person was actually 15 miles away from my school when that happened.
Yeah,
BCC,
and that
because I go
person
to
was
school.
also at CPAC. That person was also at all of the conservative events, cheering y'all on, unironically.
And again, conservatives don't accept trans ideology,
You
so
don't have to
let's not
accept
accept.
them. You don't have to. It's a matter of what made them violent, and what made them violent was your ideology, not being
And
trans.
and who allowed them to think they were trans? The
What
liberals
does
or
it
the
matter?
conservatives?
What does it matter?
Like that person's obviously mentally ill and delusional, but who allowed them to be
I
trans?
don't think being
Liberals.
trans, having gender dysphoria does not make you violent. There's no proof of that.
Sir. Look up turfisaslur.com and you tell me that.
Trans exclusionary radical feminism.
EERF is a slur.com. Please
Yeah,
look it up.
so the people who are trans exclusive.
It's literally all the violence is just accumulated on that site. Please look it up.
Okay, have you ever just looked at the data?
Yes, I have looked at data, and I told you again. There's 45 cases of rape and assault in the women's prison. And then guess what? All people in prison are not guilty. Some of them are awaiting their court cases, and they're still being assaulted by
Well,
trans
guess
women.
what? Out of 10,000 offenders, 67% were y'all. So you want to start addressing that besides like the 1%?
Someone said this sounds personal. Yes, it is personal. I've been recorded twice going piss in the bathroom by a trans woman. Twice. Two different trans
There are
women.
entire countries with gender neutral bathrooms and they don't have these problems. Y'all are just sheep.
Well, you can argue that, but maybe it's not reported. Maybe like what country?
Oh, okay.
Like we have to. Can we get into that?
They were probably conservative countries if they weren't reported, right?
Like what
Right?
country, and then let's talk about why. Like you're gonna go into pivot into something. You have to go into it. You can't just blatantly say that.
I think it breaks your idea though that trans people are out there doing the grapes the most. I don't think they even do grape above the representation.
Well, I don't think that
in society.
Men belong in a woman's prison at all. I mean, trans women, you can argue that they're a category of something, but it's a category of the male species, not the female species, bro. It's like if you want to argue for a third space, they belong in the third space in the male's prison, not the female's prison.
Okay, cool. You know what? Maybe there is like some sort of conversation to be had there, but y'all have no interest in that. Y'all have no interest in having graceful experience, like conversations about what could make things better. I think that you guys are just completely disgusting towards these people, and I'm showing you how we could be.
What did I do to a trans woman?
You're up here saying, you're saying horrible things about them.
Wow. Anyway, trans women also don't belong in the domestic violence shelters because those were built for women, because we know that men as a whole have been assaulting women since the beginning of time. 1 in 3 women in the United States will face assault before they die. They will land themselves in the emergency room. This comes from the emergency room stats before they die. So I don't understand why we allow males into the DV centers, into our women's prisons, into the shelters, into the locker rooms, into the bathrooms, into our sports. Why?
Okay, so in regards to sports, if somebody's on HRT for 3 years, lots of leagues have determined that their levels of athleticism is similar to those of cisgendered of the same type.
Don't call women cisgender. We never needed that before you guys existed. We never needed the word cisgender before the trans community went from 1 million to 3 million.
You sound like a snowflake. You don't like me saying things?
I'm a snowflake? Oh, name calling. I could call you 100. I could call you a misogynist for subscribing to this. You don't care about women.
You're the ones who are trying to treat women as cattle and make them carry children to term.
When did I say that women need to reproduce?
Are you pro-life?
No, I'm not pro-life, actually.
But you're on the side that has cut 23 states abortion access to women.
And again, I'm weighing my problems, right? And there is a Republican speaking out against this right now, saying that we don't deserve to be in women's health care. We need to take our hands out of it.
Sure. And that'll never happen now, right? Because Trump has packed the Supreme Court. They're about to take away.
All right, so Trump cannot serve again. So
I'm all right. We just heard a judge not say that Trump couldn't serve again in a congressional hearing. It's getting really scary.
Yeah, but if that happens, then I think you guys should put up Barack Obama and say, you know what, he can serve again too.
2 wrongs don't make a right, does it?
What I mean, if that's what they're gonna allow, then I don't know why the liberals can't do that. It makes no sense.
Yeah. So here's what I would say. You're fighting for the 1% who don't even meet 1% of all rape cases. You're fighting against them, even though your side is 67% of them and 12% from the church. The ideology that they are trying to legislate into our country right now.
Excuse me?
Y'all are putting the Bible and the Ten Commandments in front of children, indoctrinating them in schools right now.
The schools, unless you go to a private Catholic or Christian school, that's not happening.
I'm in Texas. They just made it statewide. What are you talking about?
They don't allow the Bible in public schools.
That's not true. Oklahoma has it in every school. That is not true.
Yeah, well, I'd like to look that up as well. Everyone's saying like I'm stupid, but like these are not talking points that people normally bring up.
You're out here looking at the tiniest problems in our society right now and advocating for the worst.
Oklahoma Bible class. Let's see.
In fact, they tried to make it the Trump Bible recently.
Well, I do learn something new every day, right, guys? Like we can have a debate.
Yeah, so I think the only people actually going after children and trying to indoctrinate them into something is completely, exclusively on the right. None of us have a coalition of people or an organization or an institute or political like agenda you can even point to that is trying to push this into schools. We are trying to do protections for these people so that you guys don't scream and yell at them all the time and kick them out of bathrooms. And you're even kicking out cisgendered women out of bathrooms because they look manly. You guys are attacking them too. You're insane.
I mean, I evidence that that happens, please.
Okay.
I think it's the trans women that bring up the women with PCOS constantly all the time, and they shame women and they say, "What about the infertile women?" And it's like no one, you have no right to compare yourself to those people.
Okay. Women says security guard at Liberty Hotel in Boston confronted her in a bathroom, asked to prove her gender. You guys want to see everyone's genitals, and I would call that sexual assault right there. Two cis women kicked out of a Boston hotel room. That's the same one. Woman says Boston hotel room. Here's another one in Arizona. Cis woman confronted by police officers in Arizona Walmart restroom looking too masculine. Speaks out. You guys are just making it horrible for women everywhere.
In a Walmart, bro, really? And like, again, obviously there's gonna be insane people on both spectrums, but I think what the most insane thing is that minors are allowed to transition in those two states and you refuse to talk about it.
I don't try to get in between a doctor and their parents and therapists and their healthcare.
I don't think gender changing surgery is considered healthcare.
Okay, but
I
we
think
have
it's a
the
want.
science to
I
prove
think it's
this.
a want, and I think if you're gonna argue that that has any positive effect on your health, the life expectancy actually goes from 75 to 58 when you
Okay,
have those surgeries.
well they go from not committing suicide to living a much longer life too.
You don't know that.
We have the data on this. I do know
If
this for
someone says
sure.
they're gonna commit, if they don't get something, how do you know that it's true? You just
Because we've
assume.
seen the rates at which they actually do it, ma'am.
Okay, sir, I'd love to see that as well.
Are you you just told me they're more likely to commit suicide, right?
No, I didn't. I said I'd love to see your statistics. Like obviously, in order for people to get
I
this
just
paperwork
gave
signed,
you
for
the
in
study.
order to get these people's paperwork signed to get those surgeries and what they want, they have to tell them that they're mentally ill and they're going to KMS or commit.
Mhm.
They otherwise they're not getting it. So
Okay,
obviously,
do you think that like the kid with the double mastectomy case that I brought up to you, you believe that that bullying would cause that kid to commit suicide, right? And you would give them the double
I do, but
mastectomy
I
so that they wouldn't?
100%, yes, I believe that bullying can lead to things like that, like KMSing. But
Mhm.
do I think that all people who want to be trans are genuinely going to KMS if they don't get a surgery? Absolutely not.
All right.
Especially when these people are under 18 years old.
Okay, well, I
No.
just spoke to a woman 2 days ago who said that she denied her 12-year-old gender affirming care and kept calling her cis daughter slash son her daughter, and they are no longer with us. And she promises it wasn't because she was trans. I don't know. I would rather just let them paint their nails and change their hairstyle and see how much happier they get. But I think that you guys have fetishized this and you just don't believe in science. And I don't know what to do with that.
Again, none of those surgeries result in you being a woman, and they never will. And I don't think lying to these people and saying that that's what's gonna happen is positive whatsoever. Like,
There's
come
nothing
on.
but studies that show it. But I've showed you them and you just laugh. PubMed, ha ha ha.
Hi, yes, thank you for letting me come up.
Hi, Izzy.
Hello. I
So
am,
what makes you trans?
pardon me, can you repeat yourself?
So what makes you trans?
What do you mean, what makes me trans?
Like, you have the trans flag right there, so I'm assuming you're trans. I just want to know, at what point is somebody a transgender?
Okay, well, first of all, don't call people like that. That's so disrespectful. A transgender, what the absolute fuck?
Well, you have the
Second of
flag
all-
right there.
No,
You're
I'm
flexing
talking,
the flag
shut up.
right there.
I'm talking, shut up.
No, answer
Thank
my
you.
question.
No, I am getting there, so you be quiet. So anyway, that's not how this works. People don't just wake up one day and realize that they're trans. Like, people figure it out about themselves. So I did not appreciate the disrespect coming up here.
Seems like you figured it out with that flag.
You're oozing
Yeah.
hate, Anastasia. It's gross.
Ew.
Yeah, you are just a disrespectful hoe. That is what you are.
Oh, and you're a misogynist. Yeah.
No, I'm not actually, but your attitude makes you that. So, yeah.
Okay. Okay, bitch. Okay, whore.
Okay, bitch.
See you next Tuesday.
Yeah, I'll see you right there.
Couldn't even answer my question. Just came up here to just sit here.
Yeah, because I'm kind of tired of you being disrespectful to the host and everybody else, because you don't want to have a good faith argument. You just want to sit here.
You don't
and
want to
be hateful.
answer my question. What do you mean?
Because
You have
it's
no
a bad
questions
faith
for
question.
me.
Why
You
would
have
I
no
entertain a
questions
bad
for
faith
me.
question?
You have no
stupid
questions
hoe?
for me, and I have a question for you. You can't even answer my question. You just want to sit up here and call me a hoe. Okay, we can
Yeah.
do that all day. Like what?
Yeah, because why does any trans person have to give you the answer of
Well, what
when
did you
does
come
somebody
up
know
here
they're
for?
trans?
What did you come up here for?
Because you are the most irritating person I have ever heard, and I cannot stand this anymore.
You came
And
up
I am
here just to
grateful for
say
the
that.
host.
Okay, heard. Next person that wants to answer my question. Like, bro.
Can you
A
give me a
person knows they're
study?
trans when they figure it out about themselves. I don't know what is so difficult about that. Oh
Yeah, and
my
at
God.
what point are you a trans though? At what point can you say I'm transgender?
When you figure it out about yourself, what is this? What is so hard
What are you
about this?
figuring out? How do you figure that out? Right?
You think. I know that's so hard for you to do, but you think.
I think something that you can.
So
that
I figured out today that I'm 69 years old, and I'm now gonna identify as 69 years old.
That's not the exactly. That is not the same thing.
So
that
an
is not the same thing.
That's
An
not the same thing.
Let me tell you the difference. An identity is something internal. It comes internally. The fact that you can talk about like a sports team or your age and stuff, and just at any given moment say that I'm 65, that doesn't work. But
Yeah.
when it comes to like, hey, are you a football fan? Are you a Cowboys fan? I'm gonna say, when did you become a Cowboys fan? How did you know that? There's no true test
Guys,
for that, is
there's
there?
3 things on our license. It's our gender, our age, and our race. Why can we change our gender,
It's your
but we
sex.
can't change our age or our race? Bro.
It's your sex.
It don't make any sense
It's your
whatsoever.
sex, not your gender on your license.
Again, you can't change your identity. You can only change your sexuality. And again, nobody even has to know your sexuality for you to exist peacefully.
That's
Anyway,
That's not true.
Wow, it's almost like you could mind your own business.
again, look at your side in the comments right now saying someone needs to put their hands on me. That's violent as fuck. Your side is delusional, mentally ill, and violent.
You
like,
guys are
bro.
70% of all the domestic terrorist violence.
I disagree. Like, bro, like,
You can't
how do you
disagree
measure
with
that? How
That's
do you
the data.
measure that?
It's the
A
data.
trans woman is not a conservative. A trans woman is only a trans woman because the liberals adopted that delusional ideology, bro. You
know that
cannot.
we've existed since time immemorial, right? You know that we have been here since all humans have existed. But no, you guys just think that we have existed in the past 20 fucking years for some reason.
It's impossible to be a transgender. You cannot transition. So no, you have never
the
existed.
transgender thing is
You can be a
killing me.
cross-dresser.
If you call me that
You
one
can
more
be a
time.
cross-dresser, but you can't be a transgender. Sorry.
Oh my god. Tell me you are ignorant without telling me you're ignorant.
Tell me you're Debo in a dress without telling me you're Debo in a dress.
You don't even know how I identify, so keep trying, hun.
Gross.
Gross.
I think that you guys have picked a social issue that worked out very well for most authoritarian countries, and they've just got you by the nose. And I feel sorry for you. And this is going to happen whether or not you guys hate it or accept it. I think the violence and the self-unaliving goes down when you guys stop misgendering people, when you guys stop fetishizing it and calling actual medicine and science fake. I think it's sad. I sit up here all day and show you guys pictures, shapes, and colors.
Science says you can never transition. Science says you cannot transition genders. Science says you can be delusional.
I want you to find me the proof. Find me the proof.
Bro, shut up and let me speak, bro.
No, you like to talk over everybody else, so you find the proof. Find it right now.
Science says that you can change your masculinity or your femininity, but you cannot change your gender or your sex. You cannot become a female, and you cannot become a male.
Your gender,
you cannot become a female, and you cannot become a male. You can be more masculine, you can be more feminine, but you cannot change your gender.
Anastasia,
that is literally the opposite.
Anastasia, what's the gender?
Of what? Which gender?
What is a gender?
A sex. And a sex is a gender.
It's not true.
No, those are two separate things.
So my dog's right here.
That it's not.
Do you see this dog, Anastasia?
Just because you say it's not doesn't mean science isn't right.
Anastasia,
because you don't.
This is
what
a female.
Science?
This is a female dog, Anastasia. She's an adult. Is this a woman?
A woman is an adult human female. I'm not sure if you like.
So you're saying there's a symmetry breaker between sex and gender?
Like an adult human female is a woman, and an adult human male is a man.
Adult? What's an adult?
An adult, a person above the age of 18 years old in the United States. But if you want to talk about
social.
Italy, it's 15.
So you're social. It's social, right? Like they decide these depending on the region and the time.
But that doesn't change their age. It's still the age is still the number.
So we have made up rules for what is a woman, but for what is sex, those things are hard in stone, right? And it applies to all species.
Excuse me?
Sex applies to most animals the same way, right? It's bimodal. There's a continuum of the two. You can land somewhere on either end of the spectrum or somewhere between, right? Sex. And then gender. Have you ever Googled how many genders there are in the world?
2. There's 2 genders.
I know you're programmed to say that. Have you ever Googled it?
Dude, my sociology textbook, my biology textbook, every textbook, there's 2
no textbook
genders.
that talks about genders and synonymously with sex.
It literally says in my sociology textbook, you're gonna argue this is a social construct. Okay, my sociology textbook says you can change your femininity, you can change your masculinity, but you will never be a biological woman or a biological man. So
I highly doubt your book says that.
Nobody says biological woman or man. That just means living, breathing. Can you read what this says up here? This is what happens when you Google this, and Google never sides with conservatives because
That's it. In
conservatism
your
is
shorts is a YouTube video.
Okay, how many genders are there? Medicine.net. Today's one age does not need to fit in regards to their choices, including gender identity. Gender is no more regarded than binary concept when it can be either male or female. It has emerged a continuum or spectrum where they identify themselves as any of the gender identities. So do you believe that like Jewish people should be able to believe that there are 8 genders?
What's
'Cause
the PMID?
Hold on. Do you
No,
believe
I
that?
want to open it.
Do you have?
What's the PMID?
Can you shut up and learn for a
Bitch,
second?
why are you here? You fucking
Oh, there's the slur.
Yeah, we got it. So
All right.
this person is just mad and angry at trans people. She'll even vote against her own rights to stifle them, and it's sad.
Yeah. Well, thank you, host, for having me up. I will let you go now so you can continue your live. Thank you very much for having me on. And also, may I say thank you to everybody who sent me something. I was not up here to get things. I was just getting very heated because this was ridiculous.
Anytime.
She was not participating. I'm so sorry. I hope I wasn't intrusive coming up here.
Anytime. No problem. Much love, Izzy.
Awesome. Thank you. All of you have a really good day.
You too. I love how she asked me for the PubMed ID after saying that after laughing at the PubMed article that I gave her. That's amazing. Hello, is this a Trump supporter?
God, no. If that's all you're looking for, I'll jump back off.
Right.
I was wanting to go up when that other girl was on before because she was driving me pretty insane.
All right. Well, much love, brother. Thank you.
Same. Take care.
Conservatives hate facts. They hate medicine. They hate science. Hello, is this a Trump supporter?
No, but I wanted to say thank you so much for like arguing people that like don't have common sense. I know people typically watch like Dean and stuff, but I think that you're like going to get big and your voice matters a lot. Thank you so much. I'm sorry.
Thank you so much. All right, I'm going to turn the phone line back on. If you're trying to call in, you're welcome to try to call in. The phone number's right here. That girl was pro-choice, by the way. And she's like, I don't care if they entrap me in pregnancy, as long as I get to hate trans people. Hello, is this a Trump supporter?
No, but I'm not a liberal either. I'm an independent, nonpartisan, and I've had enough of all this shit. And I don't know what I can say and what I can't say. But if you go back to the founders and you read George Washington's farewell address, he talks about like the conservative grain fields need the liberal ports. And it's like the conservatives can't sell their grain and ship it without the ports in New York City, right?
Sure.
And so at the end of the day, it's all unity. You guys are talking about gender. You're talking about all this other stuff. It's all what they want you to talk about.
I agree.
It's what the left and right wants you to talk about.
I don't
and
agree
so
on
at the
that.
end of the day, I do. The reason that I do is because if you go all the way back, the division has always been here. The only person who didn't subscribe to the division is George Washington. Adams, Hamilton, all of them failed.
George
They all
Washington had
said
slaves,
division
though,
was
right?
terrible. Nope. They all said that they were terrible, that partisanship was terrible. They all saw themselves losing power, and they all subscribed to partisanship, even though they knew it was terrible for us.
That sounds
and here
great.
we are.
And that's kumbaya.
250. No, listen, it's not kumbaya-ish. You guys are arguing about gender. Margaret Mead is an American scientist who defined gender. It's American science that's taught in the University of Moscow. Russia teaches American science, but America doesn't know it.
Okay.
You don't know it, and if you do, you're not teaching it. You're letting people argue it. It's fucking stupid, and this country is being destroyed. Fuck you.
So this argument is a direct result of Trump running $217 million of anti-trans ads last campaign. None of us are trying to push this. I will
That super
defend it all
chatted
day.
$10. I don't understand conservatives' mindset on trans. Trans was huge in the Roman Empire. I will never fully understand the idea, but I don't judge if it makes them happy and comfortable.
Thank you so much, Thanos, for the $10. The fact is that we can't just simply say, "Hey, listen, we got to stop fighting about this." That would be nice, and I did try to point that out, but this is the issue that is on the forefront of their minds, and it's that way by design. Trump doesn't give a fuck about trans people. Doesn't care about two genders. He just knows that this is very good messaging and effective messaging to get people in their feelings. Uh, None of us on the left have pushed this, and are like, no one's running a campaign on there being 72 genders. None of us are bringing this up, but we have to debate reality. We have to debate reality with these people, and the fact that we have to accept all types of thinking and all types of religion. And the second I flip it back on them and say, "Hey, we accept your fucking crazy beliefs on religion," they don't know what to say. They're flabbergasted. They're flabbergasted. So that's what I would say. If you really want a unity, if you want to see this country come together, you would ditch the party creating these social wedge issues to give themselves enormous tax breaks. That's what it's for. That's all it is. That's all it is. They believe in adult Santa. Yeah, like I let it slide all day when these fucking idiots knock on my door, ask me if I believe in Jesus and shit. I don't want to go write a rule and a law that there's only one science and the Earth is 14 or 4 billion years old, and the universe is 14 billion, and Big Bang is true. I'm not gonna go write a law saying that, but y'all sure are on the right. On the right, you guys want to legislate cultural norms. And this, yeah, it's very convenient that we're fighting about this while gas prices are skyrocketing. Trump is spending $1 billion a day on a war nobody asked for. It's completely optional. The whole world economy is crushed, but it's very convenient that this is all you care about. You'll want this to go away before the economy has any sort of peace, or the dust settles for any of this. Trump just won 5 primaries. Trump-backed candidates. He is in your face, paying politicians to be pro him. Could you imagine if Biden backed candidates to the tunes of millions of dollars and had the entire Congress backed with pro Biden candidates? Isn't that is it not weird to you? It's weird, dude. It's fucking weird. Chad, if you're a Trump supporter and you want to debate, hop in the box. If you enjoy my debates, give me a follow. I don't usually go on in the mornings like this. It's kind of new for me, but I guess we're test driving it. It's sad that he finds corrupt politicians to back him. They're all like slimy, gross people. Christian nationalists. Unironically, Anastasia doesn't give a fuck that these people are perverting our children with a strange doctrine about talking snakes, people made of clay, unicorns, an evil devil, angels. The only Trump supporters left are the absolute troglodyte. Yeah. W Christian nationalism. Fascism is alive and well. Let's read the news. How is Trump enriching himself today? Hello, is this a Trump supporter?
Yes, I am a Trump supporter. I actually think Trump is probably the best president we ever had, up there above Obama.
Much love. I can't do trolls. I can't do trolls. My brain breaks. My brain breaks. Uh Pickles in the morning again. Yeah. Yeah. Obama. You literally just brought up 72 genders. Uh, it's just a fact of nature. It's a fact of reality that there are people outside of Christianity and outside of America, and that gender is completely malleable thing. Is completely made up. It is made up. And you guys are so entrenched into it that you don't get it. It's so strange. I'm up early. I just woke up. Pickles has been arrested 4 times. That is a lie. I've been arrested 13 times. All before I was 20. Almost 20 years ago. For alcohol. I had someone tell me last night in mine that we got this land from England. The categories are socially constructed, but the identity is very real and neurologically based. Trump has far more indictments than me. Like, if that's a deal breaker for you to lose your respect for somebody, then you're demanding language of others. Uh, yeah, I don't think so. Like, I have to read "In God We Trust" on my money, even though I don't believe in God. Y'all did that. Y'all are putting Bibles into schools in front of children, and you're convincing them that they're going to burn in hell in a lake of fire for all of eternity if you don't love this neurotic, sociopathic God, this magic being in the sky that raped a 14-year-old. I'm good. What did I get arrested? What did I get arrested for? Um, I was 20 when I got my second DUI, and I've had 3 MICs, 3 MIPs, and I think 3 PIs. I was a bad kid. I was raised by MAGA parents. Good morning. Good morning, y'all. Good morning, Georgia. Liberals need God. No, I'm good. I'm good. I don't need fairy tales in my life. You need Santa. You need Zeus. Ooh, thank you. Thank you for the goose, Georgia. Dude's just a miserable alcoholic. I'm sober now. and I'm happier than most MAGA. Did you hear that last guest? Can't accept the facts of reality. Mad at the world. Mad at science. Thank you for the hand hearts. Thank you, y'all. Thank you, Lisa. Turn the volume up. It's hard to hear you. All right, one sec.
At Godzilla God King Super Chatted $10. Don't lie to these people, Pickles Bandit. I know it's you. Those 13 arrests were for taking jars of pickles from people's homes. Give
Caught
back
me.
the dill, give back the jars, give back the pickles.
You caught me. I'm gonna turn up my microphone by 6 decibels. See if that happens. See if that works. How does that sound, YouTube? Godzilla, much love, dude. Thank you. Pickles is his prison name. I actually had a nickname in jail. When I got arrested, I violated probation once when I was like 19, because I was on probation for DUI, and I got a minor in possession. And I had a date in which I had to go turn myself in and do a few weeks of jail time. And I didn't know what to do. Like you can't bring like a toothbrush with you, right? Like, so I was like, what can I do? I went and got a fucking haircut, and I was this emo kid. I was such an emo kid. And I got a haircut from Tony and Guy, like the most emo haircut. When I got into jail, it took like 5 minutes for them to start calling me Paul Mitchell. That was my nickname in jail. Is better? What's up, Eric? Is it Eric?
Yeah, it is. How's it going, man?
It's going good. How are you, man?
Not too bad. I was just curious. I know we spoke a few different times, but since so much is going on, every day some new stuff. Did you hear the it was like a press release where they said they were doing an investigation on 4 of the biggest meat companies?
No.
It's pretty interesting. So they said I think Tyson was one of them, and there was 3 others, but the farmers came
Antitrust?
out. What was that?
Antitrust?
I believe so.
Do you remember when Kamala said that she was going to cap the price of goods during crises?
Yeah, I didn't really care for those comments.
All right, go ahead.
Sounded sort of dictatorship to me.
Doesn't Trump do the exact same thing with medicine?
What do you do with medicine?
He wrote an executive order doing the Fair Price Initiative.
Yeah, but isn't that going against Big Pharma?
It's the same authoritarian thing you're talking about, right?
Well, not really. It's giving people a different option. So telling companies, like, because most businesses in the United States are ran by they're small businesses. So if you're telling people what they can price their shit for, doesn't sound good to me.
That's
Now,
what Trump
if
did.
he gave people another option, he didn't tell them what they could sell it for.
He absolutely said that you have to sell it as the cheapest price you offer any other country. You have to sell it at that price here. He
Oh
absolutely
yeah, that's
did do
right. I
that.
did hear that. I did hear that. But that's because they've been overcharging us for a very long time.
Dang, almost like these meat market companies, these meat companies.
Well, the meat companies are being investigated. It's just, like I said, it's just different
It's the
verbiage.
exact same thing. If they're holding hands together, inflating the price of meat above the inflation because they can, that's the exact same thing.
No, it is not. She said all companies. He's
Man.
doing certain things.
She was talking about certain things, and only
Now you
during
now you-
only
now you're
during
gonna
times of
change it.
crisis.
What did you originally just say, bro? Don't go
Trump is
back on
doing
what you just.
Trump by himself without Congress. By the way, Kamala would have done this through Congress. Trump is doing this with executive order, telling companies they have to lower their prices directly at the threat of the federal government.
Yeah, billionaire companies. I thought you guys were against.
Same thing with meat. You think these meat companies aren't billionaire companies? You don't think?
Yeah.
Do you think Kroger is a billionaire company?
So can you tell me what companies Kamala planned on going after?
Yeah, all Kroger, for instance, came out and was caught.
Wait, you just almost said all of them. Because that's what you originally said.
No,
You
first
said
of all,
all of them.
this was only during a time of crisis, and I
Well, I'm
believe
just
it was
saying.
only necessities. So like water, food,
Food's a pretty big one.
and he's
How many
doing that
different-
right now with meat, right? And you're for it,
I said they're doing an investigation.
but they're not going to. They're not
And
going to.
see, these
enforce anything.
companies have been exposed for the way they handle their meat, the way they slaughter their animals a lot, but for some reason it never goes anywhere.
That's
So
not what's going on here. I'm just glancing at it. It's the 4 largest beef processors control more than 85% of the market.
yeah. How did that happen?
The same way that Kroger and all of these other companies Kamala was talking about.
Why can't you answer a question without ending it with Kamala?
I'm just showing you hypocrisy. I'm sorry.
No, it's very interesting that you just can't answer a question without adding her at the end of every single sentence you say.
I'm just showing you how you guys call that communism, but you cheer when Trump does this.
I never said it was communism. I just said I didn't agree with it.
Okay. Go ahead.
So, anyway, is there anything you think's Trump doing good at all?
I think Trump has done such horrible things that, I mean, you can look at a few things, maybe. I don't know. You can maybe give me some examples that I might be excited about, but I haven't really heard anything that makes up for the fact that he's crushed the world's economy. Do you have anything that would supersede that?
You said he's crushed the world's economy?
Yes. Are you reading the news?
How did he crush the world's economy?
Crashed the world's economy.
How did he crash the world's? Because the stock market looked pretty good.
It's still
How did he
below,
crash the world's economy?
It's still below 50K. Remember that congressional hearing where Pam Bondi was bragging about 50K in the Dow? It's still below that now. It's gone down. It's not exactly.
Yeah, I know that. That's because of predictive markets. Okay.
And what are they predicting? That oil futures are extremely high, right?
Yeah, that's because they're predicting that. I mean,
why are oil futures high? Not just because of their predictions. Why are they predicting that?
We know why. Okay, what about billionaires that buy 200 million barrels of oil and just stock it in the middle of the fucking ocean, don't pay no tax on it, and then cash it in? Bro, there's so many different reasons why our fucking oil's expensive right now. Okay.
It's mainly Trump. I'd say 90%.
I mean, because of the Iran war, but I would be willing to pay a little bit more to give some people some freedom over there.
I don't think that's.
Have you really listened to what they've said? Have you? Or do you just give your opinion on how they feel?
Who, Iran?
Yeah.
So
because 30% of people only.
You guys are going to go liberate the people.
Only support their regime over there, their government. So 30% of the government supports it. I mean, 30% of the people out of 90 million.
Yeah, I would say it's the same here.
70% don't support it. And they had 30,000 people that were
What's Trump's approval rating? It's like 30%, right? Same thing here. Should we start doing that?
Bro, man, maybe we should trade you guys with the Iranians.
I don't know, man. Iran is like,
yeah, maybe we'll trade the left with the Iranians that want to get out of the shit they're in, because you guys think you're under some real bad shit. And we'll trade you guys for them, and then you can see how bad they're really dealing with shit and how a dictator really is.
I think that you guys are trying to grow the same kind of dictatorship here at home.
I think your fear. I think you might get scared of your own shadow walking down the street.
Aren't you guys the ones that are scared of trans people?
I'm not scared of them whatsoever. But do you think? Okay, I guess you wouldn't mind if you had a daughter. I don't know if you have any kids.
So you are
I don't
scared of
know.
them?
I just said I wasn't scared of them. What am I scared of? A man that
Go
wants
on
to
about your
pretend he's
daughter.
real quick. A man that wants to pretend he's a woman, and I'm supposed to be scared of that person.
I guess y'all are, right? Like
Wait a minute, I'm supposed to be scared of that person?
Yeah.
Why?
You're the ones who go around and say
Why
they're
are
all
you
the.
accusing me of being scared of them?
Aren't you guys going around talking about how they're all the most recent like mass shootings are trans people?
Well, that's what's all over
You don't
I
want them
mean,
in
look it
sports
up.
with your daughter?
Like I said, bro, I guess you wouldn't mind if your daughter worked her ass off to get in college and fucking was at the top rank, and then some male that couldn't get top rank in his own sport, okay, had to act like he was a woman so he could win. I don't think you would like it, bro.
I don't
But
think
you can
there's-
act like you do.
There's
You
no.
could act like you would love it.
There's no
You could act like
accounts-
you would love it if a transgender dude went into the
There's-
bathroom while your daughter was in there and he whipped out his dick in front of her and started pissing. You would probably love that too, wouldn't you?
All right, you can stop being gross, but I think that we're talking
Well,
about 5.
no, that's what it is,
We're
bro.
talking
What do
about
you mean
5
stop
people?
being gross?
We're talking about 5 people in a
5
league of
people? You act like there's
500,000?
not trannies in every state, bro.
That's a
You act like they don't
slur.
go pissing in women's baths.
That's a slur, dude. These MAGA's so emotional. MAGA is so emotional. They are definitely snowflakes.
Hello.
Hello, is this a Trump supporter?
Yes.
Cool. What do you like about Trump?
I like his immigration and abortion laws.
What law has Trump passed on immigration?
That is something I do not know.
I'm going to
but
answer for you. It's nothing.
Okay. Let me rephrase this then. I like the idea of getting people out of the country that have not immigration. I like the idea of him getting people with a criminal background out of like states like Texas and stuff like that that border the border of Mexico to
But you-
keep like.
Let me stop you. All right. First of all, the one city that borders Mexico, El Paso.
Uh-huh.
You got your phone on you right now, right?
Yeah, I'm on TikTok with it.
Can you put me on speaker and minimize, and then go into Google?
How do I do that?
Just well, you can't even do it. Just go into Google real quick and type, where does El Paso rank in crime in the United States? I'll do it
Alright,
for
give
you
me
if you want
one-
me to. I'll do it for you if you
Yeah,
want me to.
can you?
Yeah. I'm
I'm trying to
gonna give you a hint. It's in the top 3 safest cities in the country.
Is it?
Yeah. Among the top 10 safest large cities in the U.S., frequently appearing in the top 10 for low violent crime rates. So Trump has done this thing, much like Hitler did with Jewish people, and he's convinced y'all that migrants or undocumented migrants are representing a higher amount of crime than they are. And I've gone through this a million times, and I can just drill you on it. How many violent murders have undocumented migrants been responsible for in the last year or yearly?
I don't know off the top of my head.
How
I'd have to.
How many murders take place each year in the United States?
I want to say it's in the thousands. I know that. I don't know the exact number off the top of my head without
Alright.
going on my PC and looking it up.
Here's the number. There's 17,000 murders each year in the United States, and undocumented
Okay.
migrants commit about 20.
20. Okay.
If you guys are starting at undocumented migrants when looking for violent criminals, you're crazy. You're delusional.
I guess I'm just delusional then apparently. Okay, so what can I ask you something real quick then?
Mm-hmm.
Do you think abortion is murder?
No.
Or am I allowed to say that?
No, I think it's self-defense.
You think it's self? Why do you think it's self-defense?
If I were to come to your house and there was a fun activity that we partook in, I don't know, playing Magic the Gathering, and all of a sudden that caused you to have a pea-shaped like thing happen inside of you, and you
Mm-hmm.
eventually had to push it out of one of your orifices, and it was the size of a bowling ball, and it tore you, multiple inches.
Mm-hmm.
Would you want to opt out?
I mean, okay. One, that's kind of like non-realistic because I don't think I would. Well, you're talking about something different than having a child, obviously.
Every time a woman has a child, they're either C-sectioned or it's torn out of them, ripped open.
Right, but I still think it's murder because I mean that's like killing potential human life that could be possibly successful.
Can you define murder?
It's the. Am I allowed to say killing on here?
You can say unaliving.
Okay. It's the. Isn't it like the unaliving of a human being or a human life?
It's the unjust unaliving of human life.
Okay. So I
And can
mean,
you define self-defense?
hold on. Let me try and find the right words for this. I'm sorry. I just woke up. The meaning of self defense. It's like protect, isn't it? I'm gonna give you like I'm not gonna give you the actual definition because I don't know the straight definition
Yeah,
off the top of my head.
just like whatever. Yeah.
To me, when I think of self defense, it's like protecting yourself against someone that is trying to cause harm to you.
Do you think giving birth causes harm or death?
I mean, yes, but uh, abortion can also cause harm to a female's body, or like there's like a 3% chance of, or no, it's like a 1% chance of death, and it's like a 25 between 20 and 25% chance of harming the body during an abortion.
If I was next to you and I tried to shove you through a door and you had a 1% chance of dying, would you feel just in defending yourself?
I mean, I wouldn't probably defend if you're just shoving me through a door.
That would kill you.
If I knew that there was a 1% chance that it would kill me, I mean, I don't know. It just depends on the circumstances like that I'm in at that time.
I'll tell you what I would do. I would fight tooth and nail. I would do everything I can, even if it resulted in your death, to stop you from pushing me through that door. No offense.
Right. I mean, pushing me through a door like now if you were trying to cause physical harm, like if you had a pew pew, right? And you were trying to aim it at me and unalive me, then yeah, I would act in self defense. But I mean, pushing me through a door, I don't know.
All
Probably.
right. Well, 1,200 women die each year from giving birth, and those
Hmm.
rates are much higher for people of color, Black women, and I think that that's just fine for me to justify self-defense in every case.
Okay. Sorry.
Yeah, how many people do you think have died in the Middle East in the 20 years of that we've been in war there?
That is something I do not know, so you're gonna have to tell me.
It's like 4,400 people,
Is it?
and we just suck those people's dicks, right? Like we just slurp and lick those people's boots for going out there and risking their lives, right? But I would say it's less dangerous than giving birth.
Wait. Okay, you say that it was. I'm sorry. I don't know if I misunderstood that. I just didn't comprehend what you just said. Can you repeat that? Sorry. You think
Giving birth is more dangerous than being in war in today's day and age.
so? You think people in the so you think having birth is more dangerous or potentially deadly than going to war?
I
Like
know it
being in the
is.
military and going to war?
Per the data, yeah, it is.
Per the data, or is that your own opinion? Are you looking at the
It's
data and giving your opinion on data, or is that just straight your opinion without data or
well,
anything like that?
I can present you the data. And you can give me your opinion. Is 4,400 deaths over 20 years more or less than 1,200 a year?
I mean, it's more, but I'm still gonna say
It's less.
less, yes. Going in the military and potentially fighting every single second there's a potential chance that you can get shot.
Still less prevalent than deaths when giving birth.
So you think people on the front line would have a lesser chance of dying than a person having a child?
I know it. The data says so.
All right. I mean, yeah. I guess if the data says so, I guess then yeah.
I would say
I
it's
don't.
self-defense, right?
What would you say is self-defense? The data or the?
Self-defense to have an abortion. If you want to opt out of pushing something out of one of your orifices that is the
Mhm.
size of a bowling ball, I think that's perfectly just. If you don't want to share your resources and do 9 months of free labor for something that you are not consenting to, I think you should be able to opt out.
Mm. Okay, I guess we're just gonna have to agree to disagree on that.
All right. All right. Have you ever looked at the? You want to talk about immigration? So, what is the big net positive of mass deportation? What do you think happens? What do you think happens to our economy?
What I think or what your data shows? What do I think personally?
What do any experts say? Do you have any experts that say that it's good?
That are like more biased to MAGA? Probably not. I mean, I know of some people that are like strictly on the right side that'll sit there and say it's good, but I'm not trying to use a biased person on it.
Even if you can find the most biased expert in economics, is there one that says it's good?
Um, I think I would have. I don't know his name off the top of my head. I would have to leave the app and go
You're
look for
welcome
his
to,
name.
but I've been asking this question for about a year and a half. I haven't had anyone bring up an expert that says that there are positive metrics for mass deportation. In fact, the metrics that change they're really bad, like really really bad.
Okay, so when you say expert, what are you wanting that person to be like? What is your definition of being an expert in economics?
Okay, there's a school called Penn Wharton. They're really good at economics. It's the same school Trump went to, college.
Yes.
They as an institute have come out with projections for what this does to our economy. Do you think that's a pretty decent place to start?
I mean, yeah.
You want me to read you what they say?
Yeah, can you?
So it just says the mass deportations effects on our economy. Penn Wharton budget model. The 4-year policy to increase primary deficits by $270 billion before economic feedback effects and $350 billion with economic feedback effects. And to put that into perspective, that's, I believe, going to double our deficit. Before Trump did all of his spending, that would double our. That's per year, right? So 350 per year, every year moving forward. That's enough to
Right.
pay for all people that are homeless to have homes and be fed. That is enough money to pay for everybody to have higher education and learning in college. That's just a
Right.
start, and then we can add another 170 billion on top of that, and then most aggregate economic variables fall. 4-year policy reduces GDP by 1%, which is huge. It sounds small, but Trump's entire budget, or his entire tax plan in 2017, increased our GDP by 0.4%, or
Mhm.
0.04%, I believe. And that cost us, I believe, like $1.2 trillion. So it didn't even pay for itself. It is so disgustingly, horribly backwards. And doing mass deportation is undoing that times, whatever, 8. So 3.3% over the 10-year period. It reduces our deficit or our GDP, and 4.9 in
Mhm.
real GDP. So that means with inflation. Per capita economic variables fall, mostly decline, including the fall in average wage by 0.5% and 1.7% in the 10-year policy. So your wages will go down. The impact on wages vary by skill class. So a 63% will see a 0.5% drop. and 2.8 over the 10-year policy. So $2,700 roughly is what's going to come out of your pocket. And that doesn't count what we're using to pay to do this. This is one of the hugest blunders, I think, in recent history to our economy. And nobody has looked at it through this lens on the right. Not a single person.
Okay. Sorry. Yeah, I mean, I guess you're right. I never looked at it more in depth like that, I guess.
We're also in population decline. Did you know that?
Like as a state, or not as a state, as a country?
Most countries are. There's really not anything worse for an economy than population decline.
I didn't know we were at a population decline right now.
Yeah.
Okay. Can I ask you like another question real quick? Why you're more on the left? Are you are you a liberal or like more on the left, like straight?
I'm a liberal. I'm just a regular liberal. I'm just in other parts of the world, I would be considered conservative.
Right. So let me try and like phrase this question in like a non like biased way. Well, I don't think there's a biased way I can like say it, but what makes you think Harris would be a better president than Trump?
So Harris had 27 years in experience in the government. She spent most of her life serving the people. Trump was a game show host and a real estate mogul. I don't think he could even point out some of the countries he's bombing on a map. I think that he is hugely problematic with like his diplomacy skills, his talking skills. I think he's like one of the worst speakers we've had as a president.
So Joe Biden was not?
I think Joe Biden had a few gaffes, but he had a larger than 40-word vocabulary.
Okay. So what was it? I don't want to get this wrong. What was it Harris did in California? I knew she was like, was it she a governor or?
She was attorney general. She was also, I think she was state legislator of some sorts.
Okay, I didn't know if she was like a representative or a legislator. I knew it was one of those two. I just didn't know. I didn't know
also
about
a senator. She was also she's been in all three branches of government, and she's also a Juris Doctorate. She is a lawyer. She's passed the hardest law exam in the country in California. She's by no means dumb.
Right. And I'm not saying she is.
She put people away for doing bad things, and I think Trump champions doing those bad things.
You think Trump champions doing those bad things, like him himself? Are you talking about the SA cases?
That and the 88 other felonies he was indicted on before he was president and they went away?
Okay.
He also let out 1,500 domestic terrorists who beat cops and who were indicted and found guilty of seditious conspiracy. The Proud Boys, the leader of the Proud Boys, Enrique Tarrio, he was found to have a whole plan that he was orchestrating with his people to overturn our election. He released him and then hired him to ICE.
Okay. Well, I have to get off here and and go to work. Are you gonna be on here later or no? Okay, I'm gonna do more research and try and build like a stronger case just for myself, and then I might pop back in later and have another conversation with you if that's okay.
All right, bro. Take it easy.
Yeah, you too, bro.
37 of them have reoffended and are back in prison. Some of them for touching little kids, some of them for schmurder. Hello, is this a Trump supporter?
Not really. I really wanted to get into a philosophical debate because I believe regardless of who you elect as president, it doesn't matter.
Okay, can you name one policy Joe Biden passed during his presidency?
The Chips and Science Act, that was a good thing.
Oh, that's good. Can you...
But even if a president can provide economic relief like he did, it still wouldn't matter in the long term.
Why?
because of force doctrine.
What's that?
It's basically Andrew Wilson's philosophical idea that the strong will always prevail, and I think he's right.
Andrew Wilson's a fucking clown, dude.
Yeah, I know. Like, I don't agree with him when it comes to women not being able to vote, but I do agree with him when it comes to force doctrine.
Okay, I think that I think that this strongly maybe alludes to the hypermasculinity and like fuck your feelings traits that come with fascism. And I think there's some validity to it that some people might feel like one person's stronger than the other or one party's stronger than the other. I think that is a complete fallacy. When you look at like what they consider a strong man or a smart man is actually more of a weaker man and more of a dumber man, i.e., Trump.
See. But in history, in American schools, we're always taught the power of those that govern derive from the governed. So, which means at any time, if we don't feel like it, we can change leadership. But the question is, who has that ability to do it? And I believe Andrew Wilson is correct that men will always be able to do it.
Okay, but I agree that we're in some sort of patriarchy. Do you agree?
Yes, it's indisputable.
Yeah. Um. Yeah, I don't know. I think that strength comes in many forms, and it's not just man versus women, like physical strength. I think
Yeah.
women outperform men in a lot of these, a lot of aspects that are more meaningful.
I can agree that women can assist men. I truly agree with this. But if they had to defend their own rights, they couldn't do it
I think, of course, they could. What do you mean? Why they couldn't do it?
because they don't have the prerequisite strength in order to do it.
Do you think you need physical strength to defend your rights in a modern age?
It's not everything, but I'm sorry. It's not everything, but it's mostly that. You need to have the brains, you need to have the foresight knowledge in order to get what you want.
But
But yes, in order to do it, you need strength.
I think women excel in that more than men.
In what regards? Because I can point to several categories where men exceed in strength.
But that's just physical strength.
Yeah, but that matters because if women and men were to go into an all-out combat, the women are going to lose. Sure, they're very strong as compared to men when it comes to delivery of a children. That's true. I'm not going to dispute that. But yeah, they simply cannot defeat a man on their own.
I don't think that that's required in today's age to win an election.
But it doesn't matter about elections. It matters about who holds the power. I agree it's a patriarchy, but I'm saying we should, what I'm basically saying is if you piss off the patriarchy, things are not going to go your way. They're just not.
Okay. I mean, sure.
So for example, I hate to bring up Andrew Wilson, but most of the times when he talks about force doctrine, he's talking about it in the sense of feminism and how feminists couldn't get what they wanted without the use of men. And I think he's correct on this.
Yeah, I agree. Like right now, that's the dynamic.
I mean, it could be right now. Like, let's just say women just recently got the right to vote. Like, it was a month ago that women got their right to vote, got their right to own a credit card. That can't happen without men and the enforcement mechanism that men hold.
I don't even know how to argue this.
So essentially, my main argument is that progressivism is something that I'm in favor of. Don't get me wrong, I am in favor of progressivism, but I have to acknowledge the brutal reality that progressivism can't work without patriarchy.
I think that we could change that dynamic and it would still work.
In what regard?
If we weren't a patriarchy, if we I think it is our responsibility to pick up those who are oppressed or those who don't have the same privilege as us and put them on our shoulders. I think that's our responsibility to do that. But I think after a while, and we level the playing field, that wouldn't be the truth. Same thing that we've done with people of color, gay people, whatever, who've been historically oppressed. That dynamic has changed vastly. While a lot of those things are still pretty bad, I think it's different, right? We have like a gay person serving as the commerce secretary or the person that Scott Bessent, doing Trump's monetary bullshit.
I see. But even then, what I would say to that is the reason why the people that you're talking about were oppressed to begin with was because the people who oppressed them had the strength to do it, the patriarchy. So the only reason why they're free now is because the patriarchy lets them.
Sure. Do you wish to change the dynamic? Because I feel like that's
I'm saying I'm in favor of progressivism. I'm not conservative, but this is the one thing where unfortunately I have to agree with. That progressivism can't work without patriarchy.
yeah. I just think that I think that in today's dynamic, yes, that's truth. We have to address the patriarchy. I think that's not something that's just like written in stone. We have to abide by that.
Because here's the thing, even let's say women were to become like Amazonian type characters where it's like they are physically stronger than men to a point where even if a man shoots her with a gun, she's basically like Wonder Woman, she's bulletproof. Force doctrine would still exist, but it would exist because a matriarchy would be the one holding the power.
Okay.
So in the situation where we are under a majority male rule, I think we have to acknowledge this and not try to piss off men as much or do things, or I don't know. It's like, yeah,
I don't think
sometimes men
that's the
can get pissed
tact.
off for some.
I don't
No,
think
but here's the
that's
thing.
the.
I feel
I don't like. First of all, I think there's like 1% more women than men in this country. So if we played our cards right and women wanted to all of a sudden rise up against the patriarchy, they could and they could win.
no, because that's like saying that 5 kittens could beat up a human. Sure, they can scratch him, but they're not going to do much.
I don't think that you keep making an analogy towards physical strength and like in terms of voting, that's not the case. Like if women took
I'm not,
control via voting, we wouldn't have a combat about it.
but here's the thing: voting doesn't matter as long as there are protections that exist for voting. That's the thing. If a society says, "Oh, you know what? I don't want women to vote," they can just do it. So, for example, this happened in Iran. Back in the day, I do believe things are changing in Iran for the better, but in some regards. But back in the day, women were allowed to hold political positions in office. They were allowed to vote. They were allowed to go out in public without a hijab. And then all of a sudden, with a snap of the finger, it all changed.
I think that has more to do with religion,
Yeah,
and I
but
think
regardless,
religion
but
reinforces the patriarchy. And I think that
yeah,
we
but
are slowly
regardless,
dissecting that too. 1% of our country every year, it becomes non-religious.
But regardless of the ideology that's in place here, it could be religious, it could be pure sexism, which in that case it was. It still wouldn't matter what the ideology is, because as long as you have the strength, it's not going to be upheld, whatever you want.
I don't think any of these
So
things took place because of the physical strength of men.
I never said, sorry, I never said that it was just the physical strength. Like there are other aspects. Like you can be the strongest man, but if you don't know how to fight, you're going to get your ass kicked. I completely
No,
agree with
I'm
that.
not saying that,
But
but
that's
like
most men.
men maybe like almost universally might have more physical strength than women, but women, I believe, are either just as smart or smarter and have more emotional regulation than men, thus can make more calculated decisions. And we talk about like if we really want to do this like war thing and combat thing, women, like I would say a woman would easily outsmart Trump.
Yeah, I'm not disputing that, but I'm saying, here's what I'm saying. I'm not saying a woman can't be smarter than a man. I'm not saying that she isn't more capable than a man in other things. But when it comes to the power dynamics, she will never truly succeed without a man.
Yeah, I know, but
In a sense that,
you're like
in the sense that she doesn't need to be married. She doesn't need to be married, but it is true that if she, let's just say Kamala Harris was a judge, like
mhm.
a Supreme Court judge, and she makes a ruling that a prisoner is going to serve 75 years in prison and they have to lock him away. How are they going to do that? How are they going to drag him to the cell? They need men. Because whatever judgment call she makes, it can't work without the enforcement of men. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, that's
Yeah,
why I say
I
progressivism can't work without patriarchy benefiting it.
I don't know. I think that you're perpetuating some toxic masculinity stuff. I don't think this is something that you need to go around espousing and saying this is a pill you need to swallow. I think that further
No,
it further empowers the patriarchy, and that's something we easily can agree on that needs to be done away with.
that's not what I'm saying. I'm saying that as long as men are physically strong, are mentally capable of doing certain things, such as being able to carry weapons of war, being able to do all this sort of stuff, yeah, it's just simply true that men will
I
always hold the power,
I don't
regardless of what you want to get past.
again, I don't think that's the dynamic that matters today. Physical strength, like you keep alluding to the fact that men can do this in war, blah 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 blah. It suggests that men
But
have a natural monopoly of force, ignoring the strength in numbers, cooperation,
that
social structures even outweigh individual physical strength.
that's exactly what I'm saying. That's exactly what I'm saying. They do have the natural monopoly on force, and when I brought up the Amazon example, where women were like Wonder Woman and they can withstand a bullet, yeah, that dynamic of power won't change as long as men become weaker. I'd hate to say it, but it's true.
I don't buy into it.
Dude, come on, you have to buy into it. Like,
I don't. You're sitting
let's
here
say there was a,
championing the only thing that men have over women is physical strength, and that's easily a dynamic to be overcome.
but that physical strength is tied into everything else that they're capable of. I mean, when it comes to being able to hold a gun, it's not a simple pull of the trigger. You need to have the strength to carry the gun, to actually be able to carry it when
Again,
a
that
shot
alludes
gets
to
fired.
physical
I mean,
strength. That's all just looping back into physical strength.
yes, and that's my point. Without physical strength, regardless of what you want to do in your life, it's not going to happen. Or even the collective of people who with physical strength, that's not going to happen.
I still just don't buy the fact that men are the only people able to wield guns effectively. I think women can wield them just as effectively. There are plenty of guns,
Yes, I'm.
handguns. Like this is just silly.
The question isn't about capability. The question is about who is able to do more. So women can, in fact, shoot a gun. I'm not disputing that. In fact, there's probably women out there who can kick my ass, and I'll just have to accept it. But that's the thing. I accept the fact that there are women who can kick my ass because I recognize that they're stronger than me. So when I use that analogy on a societal basis, I have to come to the conclusion
Thank you,
that
Lillian.
because men are strong on a physical standard on average, of course they're going to beat women. So the only way to convince men to do what you want is through persuasion.
Yeah, and I would argue that women have more persuasive power.
Yes, and that's why the patriarchy, as of right now, isn't trying to. Well, they are trying to do that because we have a Republican in office. I do agree to this, but when we had Democrats, they were men, but they didn't really do much to stand up against women's rights. But why was that? Because they decided, you know what, I actually agree with this woman. And I could lock her up in a cage, but I'm not going to do that because I actually agree with her.
You're just arguing that this dynamic can't be done away with.
I'm not saying that it can't be done away with. I'm not saying that a patriarchy can't crumble, but the only way for it to crumble is to replace the dominant force. And in that case, women would have to be Amazonian type characters.
I don't think they would have to be physically in any way different. Oh, he's gone. Ugh. It's gross. Hello, is this a Trump supporter? They're driving. What's up, Adam?
Stupid. Oh, dude, my bad. I was just tapping. Whoa, shit. Yo, is that dude really saying a woman can't point a gun at a guy and take him to jail? Is that what he's saying?
True, but then he's gonna tell you that women or men are the ones who enforce jail and prison.
Well, then he said men can kick women's asses, but then he just admitted he knows those women that can kick his ass. I'm just confused on his whole. I'm just confused. He was just dumb as fuck.
Yeah.
So don't worry. I'm gonna fuck his wife. How many pumps you want?
Give me a good 3, dude. Give me a solid.
I got you, bro. I got you. I might even do 4 for you, bro. Have a good one.
You're too kind. Guys, I don't think we need to be giving conservatives ammunition to say this bullshit. Big Shakuna, thank you for the $20. This goes towards a kick fund. And Serena, thank you for the $10. Thank you for being the coolest and smartest. School them. Thank you so much, Serena. Chat, I do have a Cash App and Venmo in the bio. If you guys are trying to kick somebody or donate to the cause, I take most of this money and feed my dog. She only eats filet mignon and salmon. Oh, they hung up. If you're trying to debate, you're welcome to try to calling this phone number again. It is on and working. Salmon sushi after seeing the video in here. Oh my god, Pickles would love salmon sushi. Shit. I want to say hi to Pickles. She's sleeping. Pickles, say hi. Stop being selfish. Hi, Pickles. 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 She hates me. Duckies for Galaxy? Absolutely. Yeah, I have ducky treats. I'm almost out. Hello?
I ain't doing shit without women. He's talking about we're dominant. If I'm going to war and I'll be like, honey, where's my tank keys? I don't even know where my tank keys are.
Thank you, Georgia.
And I was wondering if it would progress to the point of like, okay, well, women being as intelligent as they are, which is very, very much true, they are some of the prominent ones to start our robotics engineering program. So what if they were to just like build robots to like fight the men? Would the men be like, oh, we'll just build bigger, stronger robots than their women robots? No. This Andrew Wilson rabbit hole of I mean, until she can grow hair on her sack, then she can't do anything about the patriarchy. It's just fucking dumb.
I think we can. I mean, if women wanted to, they could just take all the testosterone and then beat everyone's asses and be better in every way.
Like honestly, like they're bashing that world, but I'm just sitting here 5'6" with my 6'1" wife and going, me want snoo snoo. Me want snoo snoo.
Yeah.
And men just need to accept that if they, I think that's a problem, is that incel community isn't getting snoo snoo, and they want to legislate to where they have to be given snoo snoo. But I think we should just make an island, kind of like Escape from New York, Russell Kirk style. Just throw them there.
Yeah, agreed. I've got another guest in the box. Much
All right,
love.
stay in school, kids. Otherwise, those robot teachers are gonna fucking come for you.
Pickles, stop toying around and eat that. Hello.
How you doing?
Doing good. Are you a Trump supporter?
No. I was just wanted to make a little comment on the guy. Women are so strong. Just imagine a woman raises an entire family, and he's saying women are not strong. They got so many women presidents around the world. Women does all the hard work in most countries, except for North America. Women go out, they do the farming, they raise, they put the kids behind their backs that a man can't do, and do hard work at the same time. What is he talking about?
True. Do you
That's
know how
all
much
I wanted to
strength
say,
it
my
probably
brother.
takes for
Thank you.
Melania to touch Trump?
Well, it takes a lot of strength for Melania to even put up with him.
Yeah. Yeah.
Thank you.
Yo, much love. The male loneliness epidemic on the right is well deserved. Y'all, if you're lonely and you're trying to figure out, dang, what's going on? I promise you, become a feminist. Become liberal. They will fucking start coming out of the rule. They'll start breaking your door down. I'm telling you, chat. I'm sorry, Nate. Nay. Also, maybe just do it because it's the right thing. Yeah, listen, sometimes, like, your motives aren't important. Well, I think they, you know what, they probably are, but some people just need the right nudge. There's a few young dudes that were MAGA that frequently came up on my panel, and we're very friendly with them. Like, they're actually kind of cool guys. And they started dating liberal girls, women, they're teenagers. And they're like, dude, I think I'm liberal now. Like, you don't say, man. You don't say. Like, whatever it takes, y'all. Hello, is this a Trump supporter?
Hello. Yes. Yes.
Okay. What do you like about Trump?
Basically, like I'm not even from over there, and I'm not like 100% on one side or anything like that. I'm not a professional speaker like any of you guys or anything. I just was listening more. I'm not even about the Trump and the supporter or anything. I'm not even really big, but the last conversation you guys were having about like women are as strong as men. I just want to understand, you guys really believe that?
In physical strength? No, I admitted that
Yeah, like
that's not the truth.
physically, like
We
I
admitted
just want you guys
I
obviously know that men are stronger than women, right?
physically, maybe.
Yeah, okay, yeah. And like and mentally kind of too, because like there would be a lot more women geniuses and like women inventing stuff more. Like I know that like in the sciences, like shit like that, they're probably up there, but like everything else they're not.
I think historically the fact that men didn't even let women like have bank accounts and the freedom to get educated, we're still seeing that play out today. So I think that's like
I'm pretty
not
sure
really a
that's
good
proven that
measure.
that's not true neither. Like women were always allowed to do those things. They just chose to raise families.
No, I think that the Christian doctrine and most religious doctrines create the dynamic for women to be at home and barefoot and taking care of children. That's
Yeah,
why.
but there was like girls like doing those kind of things. There just wasn't as many. Like people had like 7 kids back then. They
But
couldn't.
that's
You know what I
why.
mean?
Yeah,
Like,
so women weren't doing science, they were making homes.
but there was some people doing those things, just very few.
Yeah, because of the dynamic that religions have laid out and enforced arbitrarily.
Hmm. But like for all these fields and stuff like that, they have to lower the bar for women to even be in all these fields.
That's not true. I think maybe
Well,
physical standards, but
yeah,
again,
definitely physical
like
for sure.
emotional regulation, team building, empathy, all those things are strengths that women excel in relation to men.
Okay, okay. But yeah, I was just wondering. I just wanted to be on the same page. I didn't know if you guys were talking about physical strength. I was just like making sure we're on the same page. Like maybe yeah, they're definitely smart. Like I'm not denying that at all, you know. But I was just making sure I was on the same page as you guys.
Yeah. Okay.
But that's all I had. I just wanted to check to see. I was listening to you guys, and I was just interested. I never really listened to you before, and I just wanted to see if what you guys were really talking about.
So Forbes has a really good article, and so did Harvard, and they write a couple of studies about how women excel in places like the workplace. And they did a study. I think it was like thousands of C-suites across the world, and women-owned businesses or ran businesses performed better in almost every metric So
Mhm.
they outperform men when given the chance, and the reason that they haven't so much so far is because of the dynamic and the patriarchy that's kind of in place right now.
Okay, okay. All right, I'll look into more of that then. That's pretty much it. Like, have you ever worked in the field, like in actual jobs with women and stuff like that?
Yeah, I
Like,
used to
I
own a
worked 20 years in a factory, and like all the men are above all the women in my field of work, anyways.
I think
You
that's
know what I
just a
mean? They're
product of sexism and the patriarchy.
no, not where I work. I'm not gonna say where I work or anything. Like everything's even across the board. But like in heavy equipment,
Okay,
all the men are
I
better
used
drivers.
I don't think that's a
All the men are better at receiving all the freight, everything when it comes to like, you know what I mean? When it comes to physical strength, they're much better, so they'll be faster. You know what I mean? Like definitely like
I think they're better
everything in the
drones. Like,
logistics field that
I
the
don't think
men are
it's
above them, you know.
there's no evidence that they actually outperform them in like wits and intelligence. There's no data that maybe like your personal experience where men were accelerated to higher positions because of sexism and patriarchy and they got to do those jobs more often. Maybe that might be the
Hmm.
case, but there's no
Well,
actual science
in
or
my
data
field of
that
work, the
backs
whole
that.
place is run by women. You know what I
Okay,
mean?
I
So
I used to own a construction company and I had multiple foremans that would build roofs for me and do gutters and all this other stuff. My best foreman was a woman named Lily and she ran that shit like a ship, like a fine-tuned fucking engine. She ran that shit better than any man I had ever come across and I had dealt
what
with
kind of company was it?
construction.
Oh, I have a hard time to believe that. Like 1% of that industry is girls.
Yeah, I know, and they
1%,
outperform
like,
everybody.
you know, the 1% outperforms everybody. It's like kind of
In my
insulting.
experience, yes, and in the studies I talked about, yes, that's true. Women-owned businesses and women in the C-suite with things like empathy. So, like, if you have a group of people and you just don't give a fuck that it's 110 degrees outside, and you want them to work, the unit cohesion or the team cohesion easily falls apart if you're just this brute man. But if you're a woman and you care about these people, the care is reciprocated and the team is stronger.
Like for example, like I'm in the trucking. I drive a truck for a living. There's no physical strength involved there. Do you think women would outperform like me as a truck driver?
Yes, and in fact, there's data for this because men are the highest risk drivers versus women.
Like I've been doing this for 10 years. I only seen one woman
How much is it
in
not
my
more
field.
expensive to insure a man than a woman in driving?
I have no idea when it comes to insurance. I
Yes,
just
the
know that
answer is
the one
yes.
girl that I seen, she couldn't hack it and she quit in like less than a year.
Okay, but
You know what I mean?
that's anecdotal. But when companies who are in charge of evaluating risks and assigning dollar values to this, it is absolutely the case that men are more dangerous drivers than women.
Oh, that's for sure because they're over the road. Like there's only 1% of them. And there's 90 something percent of men. So
No, I'm
it's
talking
like
about even in regular cars.
even in cars too, there's way more men drivers than women. There might be
That's
like
not
30,
true.
30
Says
to
who?
70%. So obviously there'll be less.
No, I'm talking about in when these people all drive over the course of tens of years. We've done the studies, and the data shows that men more likely will do road rage, will be emotional, will be
Yeah, they'll be on the
distracted.
road more. Men would outdrive women. They'll be on the road more. Say if they're working, they'd work more hours. They would like, you know what I mean? Girls, they have kids. They drive less. They, you know
They
what
have
I
to
mean?
drive the
Like
kids
they
to
won't
hockey
be in the
practice,
car as much as
to
men.
school. Women are in the car far more than men, I would say, in the same.
No, no way, man. That's impossible. Like all the cab drivers, all the Uber drivers, everything. It's like it's not even close.
Uber drivers are not exclusively men. I would even argue that's probably
But I
50-50
guarantee
there.
you, it's like at the most 30% women, 70% men.
The
You know,
hard cold fact that it costs more to insure a man than a woman is a slam dunk
because there's just way
checkmate.
more of us driving, way more,
It
and
doesn't matter the volume,
way
it's the
more hours.
risk.
It
It's
just
the
makes sense
risk.
to me.
It is more risky to let a man drive than women drive.
I don't think it's about like they're just more dangerous. Like in my
It
opinion,
absolutely
women are
is
more
about
dangerous.
that.
They're scared behind the wheel.
It's
Most of them, you know what I
100%
mean?
a fact that it is more dangerous when a man drives. It is 100%
I never
a
even
fact.
heard a man like be scared to drive on a highway. I know like 20 girls that are scared to drive on the highway.
I know you're just infantilizing and caricaturizing women.
No, it's just like fucking. I've seen it. You know what I mean? Like
That's anecdotal.
it's not. I'm not making shit up. Like,
I know it's anecdotal. I've seen a lot of women who are really good at driving. So who wins? I don't know. We just look at the data, and the data
how many?
says that men
Like
are more
who are
riskier.
these women? Who are these women that
I'm
you've seen
just
good
saying
drivers?
I can speak out of my ass just like you.
No, I'm not. This is fucking truth.
Yeah,
You know what I mean? Like
It's
I'm not even
anecdotes.
fucking making shit up here. It's like
You see,
name these women drivers in your life that are good drivers. Who are they?
Okay, my aunt.
Your
don't
aunt,
know.
like that's just fucking like, that's anecdotal.
I didn't ask you for names. I know it's anecdotal. Exactly. So who is right? We look at the data, and the data says that men are more likely to get in a crash.
Why? Because they're reckless?
Because of the nature of being a man. I don't know. I'm sure, yes. Being reckless, being
No, because there's more
angry.
of them on the road. There's more accidents because there's more of them.
That's not true.
That's basically it. And there's less women on the road. That's
if it was simply just that there is more men, they would do that math, and the risk assessment would be leveled.
Do you think there's the even amount of women drivers and male drivers on the road?
I can Google it really quick.
It's hard to believe that there's the same amount of people. Like in my industry, I just told you, I've seen one girl in 15 years.
Okay, recent data shows roughly 50.5% of licensed drivers are women and 49.5%. So there's more women.
That's impossible.
Well, that's the data.
That's just like day-to-day driving?
Mm-hmm.
That doesn't make any sense to me at all.
Well, I'm sorry it's happening to you, but that when we look at data, it's true.
Well, I don't know about that. Like, if you say so, man.
It's not me. It's
then we're just reckless drivers, I guess.
Yeah, you are. I mean, like, think about road rage. Who is more likely to try to pull over and beat the crap out of you, a woman or a man?
Well, yeah. Well, there's no woman that's going to beat the crap out of me. I'm fucking 300 pounds, 6'5".
All right.
I don't
Is
think
that all
there's
you
too
want to
many
talk
chicks
about?
beating me up. Yeah, that's it, man. That's all I had.
All right. I'm an inch shorter and 100 pounds lighter than him.
Yeah, I just have a general question. I'm talking about men and women's stats on driving. What about trans women?
I think that we can Google it. Have you Googled it?
I'm just saying. I mean, how could we start using gender in this argument if you guys don't even believe in the differentiation of that? I don't understand it.
So I think we would just turn to sexes then. We would just say male and female.
Oh, okay. So you were using the wrong terms, dude. Come on. You gotta do better, Pickles.
You got me.
Yep. Peace.
No more. Pickles wanted to come up. I would argue that maybe trans women would have the same performance as a regular, like, cis women if they're on estrogen or HRT. I would say the same dynamic in, like, thinking takes place when you're on those types of hormones. So I think we'd lump them in the women's category.
Good morning, Pickles. How are you?
Good morning. I'm great. How are you?
Doing all right. Good morning to other Pickles there, the cuter one. So actually, interesting thing about this, what we would have, a couple things that I was thinking about during this conversation, because I was looking this up too as you were talking. 50.5% of drivers on the road are women. About 70% of all accidents, the driver in the car that caused the accident are men. So that's interesting. But one of the big things that does change with trans women is testosterone blocks the ability for the critical thinking part of your brain and the anger part of your brain to be able to communicate during heightened anger states.
Oh shit.
Yeah, so that's one of the reasons men fly off the handle a whole lot more. Because when they do get into that state, they can they literally their brain is not communicating between those two centers, and that's why for some men it's so strong that they say things like seeing red or blacking out when they fight, right?
Yeah.
When you make testosterone, pretty much like non-existent in the body, like it is for me, and you replace it with estrogen, you actually gain a whole new emotional view on the world, to some degree. I think a lot of us as trans women, we're already, we already see the patriarchy, we already see the dangers of men, we already do consider things even pre-hormones differently than a man would. But then once you add in that a factor, I always say that emotionally it was like going from the box of 4 crayons you get to color at the restaurant to going to the 64 box of Crayolas. There's just so many more shades of emotion, so much more to be able to understand about emotion. So I honestly, I agree with you. I think that trans women would be just based on the neurological impacts of testosterone and estrogen. Trans women would probably be about the same rate. I became a better driver when I started hormones because I was not flying off the handle as much and trying to get around people. And yeah, it was crazy. I would still race people, but I wouldn't, once in a while because I had a fun car. But, yeah, it was, I became a very different driver.
And that's also like that's easily like who do you associate with street racing? Mostly men.
Mm-hmm.
And those
Well,
that's deadly.
the best part about it is when they would pull up, because I had a Hyundai Veloster N with as my last car, and so it's like their track version of the car, but it's still a Hyundai Veloster.
Yeah.
And it would always be F-150s, Ford F-150s. They'd pull up to me at a light and want to race. And then they get really mad when I would roll down my tinted windows after I beat them. And there would be a trans woman in a Korean Veloster that just beat them in a race in their Ford F-150. It was so great. But yeah, I just wanted to pop up really quick and share that because, the neurology behind hormones in transition is very interesting to me, Yeah. Alrighty. Well, chat, I love y'all. And I love you too, Pickles, and I will be listening in.
I love you too.
How long have you been live this morning?
2 hours.
Oh, wow. This is an early day for you.
Yep.
Because you're an hour behind me, so you've been up early.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
Alrighty. Well, I'll be with you for the morning. It's fun. So I'll see you. Okay.
All right. Love you.
Right. Bye.
Early Pickles is the best. Dude, early streams are hitting. They're hitting. Chat, tap the screen, give me a follow if you enjoy these debates. We do them all the time. And yeah, if y'all haven't met my dog, this is Baby Pickles. She's easily better than me in every way. Oh, and Chris, thank you for the $6.66. Why are there so many incels this morning? They got to get up and do their hard labor. And Georgia with $20. Georgia says, adding to the kick fund, explain per capita to this doofus and tell him to stop calling women girls. If MAGA understood per capita, they would just be liberals. I know, I have the cutest dog on earth, chat. You know I have the same dog? No way. Yeah, chat, I did lose my main account, so if you haven't, like, if this still says, like, plus right here, be sure to hit it. My old account, it is gone forever. It's gone, rest in pizza. That's alright. We'll build back better, chat. We're gonna build back better. Why did TikTok ban? My Google phone, TikTok thinks it's me. So when I talk to the crazies on the Google phone, TikTok's like, hey, man, you can't say slurs. You can't advocate for grape and stuff. RTP lost his 2. I've gotten so many, just in the last week, I think I've gotten 3 or 4 temporary nanners. Something feels fishy. I'll just say that. Chat, if you're a Trump supporter and you want to debate, hop in the box. We are debating politics. If you are a conservative or a Trump supporter and you want to tell me why you like Trump, hop on up. Dean had a really hard time yesterday. Definitely fishy. Yeah. If you guys want a to follow me on a platform that might be here much longer, much more permanently, I would ask you to go to the Red site, and the link is in my bio to do that. We actually have a decent amount of people viewing on the Red site sometimes. I caught 5 restrictions, 1 nanner quickly appealed. Yeah, I had 2 quickly appealed back to back yesterday. Another one who lost his main from 1 million followers. It does, crispy noodle. The Red site, it rhymes with schmootube. Bofa, that's who I've heard about. Yeah. Just came from TikTok. Thank you, the boys. Thank you, y'all. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Chat, tap the screen. We're like 1K away from 100K. So close. We also have a live goal. And I also just recently got Pickles her PSA to take on flight with me. She is now flight ready. She can be in my lap when I fly. So exciting. I'm live on YouTube right now. I tried to look and couldn't see the stream. Maybe it's the wrong one. If you search Pickles GGS on that's how you can find me. My handle on the red site. I gotta be careful. TikTok's really cracking down on getting people to go to different websites. Oops. And I'll do this. That website. This is a play button. The black and orange side. I don't have one of those yet. Maybe one day. They let some of the people off the cruise ship. Have you guys read about this? There is now a what is the virus called? It starts with like H. Hantavirus. They land in Amsterdam with more cruise ship evacuations planned. It's deadly. Last I read, there were 2 dead and 4 others like extremely ill. Three deaths now. 1 critically ill. 3 individuals reporting mild symptoms. Illness onset occurred between 6th and 28th of April. It's characterized by fever, gastrointestinal symptoms, rapid progression to pneumonia, acute respiratory distress syndrome, and shock. Shock. God dang. Guys, I think if we do have another pandemic, which side do you think would be the only side to get the vaccine? I already read somebody on Facebook the other day or yesterday was like, "Oh my God, we have a new pandemic coming," and in the comments were like, "Whatever you do, don't take the vaccine." And they go, "Don't worry, I won't." MAGA, are you guys ready to? Thin out the herd. I'm just gonna let him take ivermectin, dude. I'm just gonna let him. It's not the emergency people freaking out about. It's annoying. Yeah. It doesn't seem like it's as what do they call it? Where it spreads easily. Like if that whole ship had it, that would be one thing, but it was like 5 or 7 people. We'll see. It could make leaps, it could evolve, who knows? But I welcome it. Lower transmission rates, yeah. It incubates for 8 weeks. It doesn't transmit person to person as of yet. I hear that it's like hard to do person to person. Guys, I've been training to stay in my basement inside for 7 years. I've been doing this. I got it. I got it in me. I got it. I can do it. They said they think the strain is person to person. Yeah. Yeah. It's like they thought it couldn't go person to person, but it somehow is. There's very close contact. Do you think all 7 of those people were, you know, viruses mutate? Yeah. I don't know. They were like in their 70s for the first couple people. That does not mean any. Have you seen how freaky those 70-year-olds are? Have you been to a nursing home? They're down. They get down. It doesn't take virus long to get easily transmissible. I used to work in nursing homes. They were wild. We talked about how much of a troublemaker I was when I was a youngin'. And I had to do a lot of uh, community service. And I found a nursing home that allowed me to, I was just basically everyone's grandson. I walked around and I got them their water with the gel in it, and I oversaw the smoking room and blasted schmazzes. When was I 25 years ago? I'm 37. I call First Dibs on Pickles Doom Bunker. I got video games, yo. Old people are freaky for real. It's true. Chat, we are looking for Trump supporters. If you want to debate, hop in the box. And also, be sure to follow me on this platform. This platform also has memberships. And if you guys are trying to continuously support me, you can go here, and they have a much cheaper membership than we do here. And it's a monthly thing that helps me pay my bills and give me some stability. Can't debate people who are delusional. I have to do it every day. You absolutely can. They dislocate them. Oh my god. What's my sign? I don't believe in space racism. He's a Leo. Shut your mouth. Classic Leo. Guys, I can't even grow a beard. How inaccurate is that? I'm supposed to be a girl mane. As a Leo? I can't grow anything. I can't grow sideburns. I have the same sideburns that I had when I was fucking 10. Look at that. They stop right there. I got nothing. Terriers are earth dogs. I didn't know that. Pickles has the same birthday as me. The beep is automatic. Yeah. Gemini, my dog and I share a birthday. Love that. Took me to 40 to grow mine. God dang it, dude. Do I have hair in my head? Not as much. Not as much as I should. We have a hairline, but, you know, it's thinning. It's thinning. I have all the testosterone to make me lose hair, but none of it to grow. When's my birthday? August 17th. On tea to grow a beard. No way. Do I just need to get on tea? How much tea do I need to get a beard? I'll buy it. You can buy tea on like the internet, and they ship it to you like illegally in a, like a. I saw one of them was shipping them in, you know, like toner for printers. They would put it in the toner. Oh, I'm sorry to hear that, Heather. 12 teas. Please don't use tea. Yeah. I'm space racist against the aliens from Independence Day. I think that's acceptable. Those things scared the shit out of me. That was scary. Isn't taking tea as a male called steroids? I mean, kind of. I think steroids is like a colloquial term. Signs was terrifying too. I will never forget that movie. Swing away. Just swing away. It's a good movie. Too bad Mel Gibson's a fucking Looney Tune. He is so crazy. Am I checking out GTA 6? Yes. And you know what? If you guys like GTA 6, you should be playing Crimson Desert. Crimson Desert is so good. It is so good. It is huge. It's huge. I have like I think 50 hours and I'm still like breaking the surface. Like I am scratched the surface of this game. I'm still getting tutorial shit. It's huge. He got crazy after Passion of the Christ. Baldur's Gate 3 was a masterpiece. I've beaten it a few times. It is hard. It's hard. Still in Hernand 80 hours later. I'm still in Hernand. I haven't gotten out of Hernand. I'm still a level 2 sorcerer. I'm such a oh yeah. There's some really good like things you can do to be OP in that game early on that you can Google watch YouTube videos on. It's amazing how deep that game goes. Have I played Breath of the Wild? Yes. And the phone line is on. Breath of the Wild was a masterpiece. Tears of the Kingdom was pretty good. Like 9 out of 10. But I still maintain Baldur's Gate is like Tears of the Kingdom times Skyrim. Expedition 33 was really good too. I have played Diablo 4. I was a Diablo 2 freak. I played Diablo 2 for like 15 years. I'm probably like a quarter of my brain is lights up when I think about Diablo 2. Lord of Destruction. Still great after 10 years. Yeah, Witchers was cool. Pickles, you're cool. You stop that. Thank you. I'm playing Diablo 2 right now. What do you play? Don't tell me you're a source. You're a melee source. They released a new character in Diablo 2? Diablo 2, I was 12 years old. I did 24-hour sessions. I remember my brother threatening to beat me up because I smelled like cat piss because I couldn't peel myself off of that game to take a shower. Nightmare Druid run? Nice. Is that a new thing? Nightmare Druid? Or is it just Nightmare stage? Resident Evil 9, I beat that on stream not long ago. I'm playing it on like Impossible right now. It's insane. Still mating Frost Horse. Dude, Frozen Orb is OP, man. Frostburn Gauntlets. Y'all remember Oculus Rings? Golly. I have played the remaster of Final Fantasy. I've been streaming that too. And Final Fantasy VII is my favorite game of all time. Love Final Fantasy VII. Love the story. I love the takeaway from it. If you are a fan of Final Fantasy VII and you're not liberal, you're a silly goose. Silent Hill was great. Silent Hill was scary. Truly one of the scary games I've played. I play PC. Final Fantasy 7 and 10 are my favorites. 10 was so good too. 10 was so good. If they did a 10 remake, I would go crazy. Dude, mini golf on VR is awesome. I had VR. I used to be partnered with Facebook Gaming, and they sent me a free Oculus 2, and that was one of the games I played. My neighbors hated it because I'd be fucking swinging away. I had a friend that played with me, and I had a VR headset for him. Who would be, fuck you. We would talk so much shit to each other. Chat, we are looking for Trump supporters. If you want to debate, hop in the box. Come tell me why you like Trump. Why is your brain not good? Spyro was pretty good. Spyro was one of the first games like roamed around. Hello, is Trump supporter?
Pay me my fucking money, motherfucker.
You know who's scarier than that? That Lori woman from Euphoria, dude. As long as I don't owe her money, I'm good. If that was a monotone lady, I would actually be scared. Banjo-Kazooie was great. Do y'all remember Conker's Bad Fur Day? Hello?
Fuck you, bitch.
Why did you say that? Hello, do you want to make out?
I hope you get deported.
I'll take that as a maybe. To where, though? Please do. Like, deport me to New Zealand. Please. Chat. What are we looking forward to today?
At Tafisa super chatted $20. Welcome back to Brett and Feisty. Heart emoji, heart emoji, heart emoji.
Thank you so much. Thank you, thank you, thank you. I wish I had my 64 as well, dude. Radical Democrats hijacked the Democratic Party and moderate Democrats and independents fled. What? Can't get enough of Crimson Desert. Guys, I'm thinking about just fucking playing some Crimson Desert. Guys, please follow my new account. This is where I want to start playing video games. I'm going to come and comment in the comment section. That is my new account, Pickles Gaming. Please give that a follow. I can't come up live yet. Dude, Larry, I think you're the most radicalized person in this chat. Easily. Do I Twitch and play? I don't do Twitch. I will eventually do debates on that account too, in the event both of my other accounts get suspended or something. So it's just a good idea. I have a third account, but I'm going to try to like go live mainly gaming just to kind of mature the account and give it live access to TikTok Studio. Democrats pro-crime movement take away safety. Republicans basically just raise the bar for what it takes to be a criminal in every one of their states, which is more pro-crime than anything. They elected a felon. Merit provides purpose and accomplishment. We don't take away from merit. Trump hired the most unqualified people to ever see the inside of the presidential cabinet. And he's going to tell us that we need to do merit-based hiring. Like, what? Hello? Trump, the game show host, is your president. A game show host. He does fucking game shows.
Yeah, hello?
Hello, is this a Trump supporter?
Yeah, what's the argument that Trump sucks? Go ahead.
Yeah, he's demolished the world economy.
Yeah, what's the argument for that? Go ahead.
Yeah, the price of oil is skyrocketing around the world. People are dying.
That's just another claim. I need an argument that entails the truth of the claim that Trump has demolished the world's economy. Go ahead.
Yeah, he's made a $7 trillion dent in the world economy.
So notice how you're just like schizo-babbling claims without showing how it's logically entailed that Trump damaged the world economy? You can't give like actual entailment because you're a slow boy. Look at you. Now you're just coping because you're actually getting conceptually outpaced. You're conceptually cucked. So just to be clear about this, what is the first premise of the argument? Go ahead.
P1 equals Trump has increased the price of oil.
All right, what's P2?
P2, the economies are functioning less efficiently.
Okay, and what's P3?
Half of the population in the United States brainwashed to the same level as like North Korea.
Okay, what's P4?
I don't have a P4.
Oh, wait, so is the conclusion that's supposed to follow from those premises that Trump has damaged the world economy?
Yes.
Wait, is that logically entailed from those premises alone?
Yes.
What type of entailment are you naming? Go ahead.
The price of gas and oil futures.
Yeah, so you're not naming logical entailment. The inference rule that the argument's following, that's going to be a blunder on your end because the argument you gave isn't actually valid since it's not following a valid inference rule, slow boy. So you just got skull fucked again. How does it feel to lose? Do you think you look good?
I do.
Yeah. I just bent you over and gave you back shots in the conversation. Your cheeks are spread wide open right now. You're lost in the rhetorical maze. Just to be very clear about this, you're conceptually malnourished.
Just don't get it into my hair, dude. Just don't get it in my hair. He thinks he's allegedly Ian. Ian's really good. What do backshots logically entail? Like, is that a unpreferable state of affairs for you? Guys, I had a dream last night that I was working a warehouse and everyone was just stealing everything. And I was like hauling around pallets of energy drinks and just I was going to take the forklift all the way out the door to my car. And just slowly but surely I kept losing things. It was so frustrating. But then I met some other people like on the way out. They had more cool stuff. And I kept trying to put more stuff into my pallet to take home. And some of it was weird. It was like gummy bears, like a giant Coke bottle. So weird, dude. I'd take all your energy drinks, not chill. That's not chill. Necessity, obviously. Green app? Oh, hold on now. Chris, thank you for the $1.67. Go ahead. And did I miss? Was that it? So we were playing Grand Theft Warehouse, pretty much. Too bad, you dream, you lose. Ever since I started taking over-the-counter stuff to go to sleep, dude, my dreams have been insane. Flying Sports Stadium, that sounds cool. Were they playing Quidditch? Was that the whole go-ahead thing, his whole debate? Yeah. That's my thing, by the way. Have you looked up your dreams and what they mean? I don't know how much I believe. Like, I think there's some truth about, like, you dream about things that you subconsciously desire. I think there's truth to that, but I don't think, like, referring to, like, a dream book gives you any sort of truth surrounding it. It's probably fun more than anything. Sleep paralysis. Never had it. Do I subconsciously desire RFK being your boss? I had a dream the other night that RFK was my biology professor. Tabby, thank you so much. And that I kept heckling him. And he like picked up his stuff. He's like, fine, I'm out of here. And like left. And I was like, I forgot what I screamed at him, but it was a witty comeback. And I'm like, ah. Chris, thank you for the $5. Dream about desires. Why do I die in my dreams? I don't know if we're ready for that conversation, Chris. No, I don't know. But I think that like my subconscious desires would be to just like scream at RFK. I think that's what it was about, you know? Just want to shake him and be like, dude, you're killing people. You're gutting the things that save people. You're an asshat. Dreams can be fears or desires. and fetishizing roadkill. Do you think that would be a normal, like, childhood to have your dad cut up roadkill genitals and dissect them for you on the kitchen table? Do you think that you would need therapy after that? Like, I think it's 100% guaranteed you would need therapy to, like, normalize that weird, I don't know. I would go no contact. Welcome to rural Arkansas. I eat chicken gizzards. Yeah, but I know, but you don't obsess over how they make chicken gizzards. I think that we dissociate, like, how the things we eat are made, and that's like a part of coping. Hank Green just did a good video on this. Like, why are vegans obsessed with being vegan? It's like, no, you're obsessed with the fact that vegans are morally superior. I'm not vegan, and I acknowledge that I don't have an argument against veganism. They are, in fact, morally superior and healthier. I think it's like 85% reduction in heart disease, like chances of heart disease if you're vegan. Like, that's insane. That's the most common way to die. My arguments against veganism is a mistake. Yeah. I'm just concerned because I like cheese. I would say that cheese, like how they make cheese, is less harmful than the other types of foods you can consume. I would still say it's like raising cattle, though, creating climate change. But yeah, I don't know. I think that just like I can probably yell at the face, like yell till I'm blue in the face to conservatives about how they're wrong, and they can acknowledge it, but they still stand, you know, with the rest of their conservative friends. I feel like it's the same thing we do with veganism. Getting milk isn't abusive. I don't know. There could be an argument there to be made. The phone line is on, y'all. The phone line is on. I just noticed your dice tattoo. Yo, thank you, Galax. Keeping the cattle away we do the milk is abusive. Yeah, I think Georgia said, like, if you have your own cattle, maybe not. Like, one cow's good, sufficient for a whole family of milk, right? But I think drinking milk as humans also is like, it's like drinking baby formula that makes a tiny cow into a 400-pound cow in like a few months. That's why it's probably why I'm 6'4". And people on the other side of the world, not so much. We're not even supposed to be drinking milk, yeah. I forget that some of us in the chat have tattoo real estate on your rear. I am always down to do another tattoo fundraiser. Always. I have a silly goose on one butt cheek, and I have a chicken on the other. Both of them paid for by y'all. They pushed dairy so hard in the early 2000s. We had dairy ads at school. Is because we subsidized the absolute shit out of the dairy farmers, and we were trying to sell it. We were trying to sell the milk that we subsidized. That's exactly why. Y'all didn't know. Pixar, you're lying. Why do you have me on your butt? Sorry. Yeah, sure, Speed Racer. Chat, we are looking for conservatives or MAGA. If you want to debate, hop in the box. MAGA cousin, anti-literacy, hashtag anti-science, hashtag superstitious, hashtag flat earth, hashtag vaccines cause puzzle pieceism, hashtag orange makeup, hashtag kissing cousins, hashtag cousin wife, hashtag hashtag teen pregnancy, hashtag high school dropout, hashtag meathead, hashtag misogyny, hashtag family wreath. Getting old sucks, chat. Hashtag KY jelly on the couch. Dale Hart Jr. I should just... That would be fun, dude. We can draw the JD Vance bot signal. I like it. Picasso. And do little buttons. Calling all MAGA. Calling all Vancers. This is the JD Vance bat signal, y'all. Getting that into a silhouette for like a stencil for the... Thank you, chat. Thank you. I'll be selling these prints on my Etsy shop. Feel bad for his wife having to compete with the couch. I know. Pete Hegseth. We'll do Pete Hegseth bat signal. That's the Pete Hegseth bat signal. He definitely drinks Kentucky Deluxe, dude. He drinks Skull. He drinks peach schnapps. Ugh. I just know he's. What do you want? The jeans are RFK. Like LA Fitness and the jeans. Pickles is looking at me. She might have to go potty. RFK, we can do this. This is just a barrel, like a 50-gallon bucket of mildly safe pesticides. And then like a kiddie pool. uh All right, y'all. My dog's begging to go outside. I might go ahead and cut the stream here. We might go live a little bit later. I just woke up not long ago, so we might do another stream later. Chat, I love you. I will see you guys in a little bit. I hope you guys have an awesome day. And I will see y'all later. Be sure to follow. Chat, be sure to follow. I love y'all. Smoochies, chat.